Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hi. It's Miss Vince. Yes, I'm back. Welcome back to Miss Vince, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really do appreciate it. Everybody, if you could do me a favor, like always, hit the like button, people. Let's go ahead and get this going. We want to go ahead and hit the like button. And like it says there, share, subscribe. Why? Because we want to build this channel even more. It's our channel. And guess what, guys? Um, we're at like 230 something, and I'm just so happy. I mean, under 3 months, we're already at like over 230 subscribers. It's very, very exciting. Very, very awesome. I mean, hey, Manzano, how you doing? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for coming in, sir. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Share, subscribe, let the people know. As you guys see, yes, we are going to be reading in between the lines. Why? Because we have to. Yeah. This time, honestly, hey, Finsanity, wow, how you doing, girl? Hit the like button. You know how we do. But welcome, guys. As you're coming in, remember, welcome to Miss Fins. Please hit the like button so we can go ahead and get this started because I want to be, you know, we have all of you guys here, all of you guys ready. But we're gonna have a fun show today, honestly. And towards the end, not towards the end, but like towards the middle, I'm gonna have you guys come because I want to get your opinions too. But obviously, I'm gonna be interacting on the chat. So you guys definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat. And anything else, feel free to go ahead and let me know. But as you read on the title, people, yes, we need to read between the lines of the Grier and Tua Tagovailoa um, pressers. Why? Because they're very interesting. A lot was said, and a lot was said without being said, and so much to divulge and go into that. I'm actually very excited to go over all of this with you guys. Let's see here, Manzano, what you just say. Do I just shared your show on Facebook, Instagram? Ah, thank you, appreciate it for the love. Yes, guys, share, like, subscribe, guys. We gotta get. Look, I'm only like 13 people away from 250. If we can get to 250 today, that'd be awesome. So let's try to get 14 more people or 15 more people, I think is what I need, into here so we can go ahead and get to 250 already because the next goal is 500 and then the goal after that is 1,000. So let's go ahead and do it. People, help me out. Help us out because this is Miss Fins, but it's our channel. You know this. But I don't know. By show of hands, did you catch the interview between Grier and the one with Tua? Yeah, I definitely caught it. So if you haven't, that's perfectly fine. I will try to share it, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Look, I'm new to this, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, well, didn't happen. So, hey Michelle, how you doing? Welcome for joining in. I'm gonna have my girls channel. You're definitely one of the ones that I'm gonna need to come up here. So I want to see you up here, Michelle, even if it's just for a little bit. Um, but yeah, so if you didn't catch it, Greer this week, let me tell you again what happened this week. We already had the voluntary mini camp, or they call it voluntary veterans mini camp, but literally everybody can come in. Like it's just mini camp but voluntary versus the mandatory ones is gonna happen later in the year in about a month or so. So right now, what happened, and you guys can hear me, right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me, just so I can make sure we're not having technical difficulties. You know what I mean? Michelle Sub doing great. I know, right? Thank God it's Friday, Passover. We're happy, but Hashem. So absolutely, absolutely, absolutely happy. And yes, I am doing well. And thank you for letting me know that the voice is good too. So I appreciate that. So yeah, so the voluntary mini camps. Essentially, what did they do? Honestly, they just brought the team together. They wanted to go ahead and make sure that everybody was kind of on the same page, kind of give themselves, the vision. What are we trying to do? Also, it allows for the offense to gel, as you guys know. And if you haven't noticed, we do have some great videos about like free agency, what we've done. I've also have a playlist, so take a look at that too. But essentially, when it comes to this mini camp that we had on Tuesdays and Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, yeah, actually, the Tuesdays. There you go. What they did was just kind of bring the team together so they can mesh. We have a lot of offensive pieces this year, and as you guys know, we wanted offensive pieces. I mean, we needed offensive pieces, and we were able to go ahead and bring a lot of pieces together. I'm not gonna run down through like all of them because there's way too many people, but we did have some notable mentions, aka Tyreek Hill people, Terran Armstead, Cedric Wilson, uh, or Chase Edmond, who else? There's a few. Put it in the comment section, guys. Everybody else that we got for our offense, we just got a bunch of new guys. So to bring everybody together and kind of get like a feel of what to expect, and also kind of get the rust off from the team. That's why they have the voluntary mini camp this year, unlike previous year. And I don't just mean the last 3 years, people. So please, most veterans don't come to these because they're veterans. They've already been around the block, so they don't even want to come to this. Morris said, "Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that." So yeah, um, the veterans usually don't come, but this time a lot of veterans came, and I think it's because they're excited. New year, new team in the offense. So the defense, I can tell they probably feel like finally we're gonna get some help because before 1-7. That's all I'm saying. But as far as the actual mini camps, it was great. A lot of stretching, getting the rust off, doing some basic drills. They're not allowed to, based on the CBA, which is the collective bargaining agreement that they had this, the last one that they just had, doesn't allow for them to do any physical contact. So they're all wearing their helmets, they're wearing their little jerseys, their mesh jerseys because it's hot. And just kind of doing small drills just to be able to like kind of get everybody back into mode, game mode. So that's what it was. They've also played around, get to know each other as well, because I'm sure a lot of them haven't met each other either till now. So that's one of the other things that they were able to go ahead and do in mini camp, which is always a good thing. But the main thing was to get this offense up and running and at least gel at the beginning and allow Tua to see his new pieces all together, which is a good thing. Now, of course, there's always going to be like couple guys that don't come. That's fine. Like I think Armstead didn't even come, but this man has been playing for like 100 years, so I think he's good. He doesn't have to until the mandatory ones. Which, just so you guys know, the mandatory um off-season workouts actually start May 16th. That's gonna be mandatory minicamp is June 1st and June 2nd. That's it. But the OTAs, those are off-season workouts. They're gonna be May 16th through the 17th, May 9th, May 23rd through the 24th, and May 26th, as well as June 6th to the 7th and June 9th through the 10th. So at least you guys know. Hey, Flipside Sipping, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining, Bobby. How you doing, sir? Thank you so much for joining. So that's essentially what's coming next down the pipeline when it comes to the schedule for what the players are doing. But back to what we're really focusing on is this Grier into a press conference. I'm gonna start with Grier because we all want to hear about Tua, and we got a lot to talk about with the Tua one. So I'm gonna try to share it. If you haven't seen it, you'll get to see it now. If I can't share it because I don't know what I'm doing, then it happens. It is what it is. But I'm hoping that we can definitely go ahead and do it. I think I'll be able to go ahead and do it. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Well, let's see here. You guys let me know. Can you hear it? Because I want to make sure that you guys can
Good
hear
to
it too.
us and spend some time with those guys. So very
Can you
excited to
guys
see
hear
them.
it or no?
I'm off to a great start, and then looking forward to the Panthers with their run here coming.
Yeah?
They spent some time here
Let
this
me know if
summer
you
as
guys
well,
can hear it or
and
not.
it's great to see those guys, the work they've put in, and obviously my brother's with the Rangers, so I'll root for them except for against the Rangers. But I wish them a lot of luck too as well. And the Marlins are off to a great start. Good young team. Watched them a couple times here, so good time for South Florida sports, and good luck to Inter Miami. And I think they're like third round versus like the B team or whatever in North American soccer. So it's a good time to be a South Florida sports fan.
This is fun.
Rangers and Panthers.
Yes.
And so
No, Red Sox. Come on.
so Tyreek Hill is sort of your first round pick.
Mhm.
Do you psychologically think of it that way? And how do you think his skill set compares to, for example, some of the first round receivers of this
Cole,
What in the
he's my
world?
miracle child.
Sorry, guys. We're gonna remember it's my first time, so we're all learning how this works. Thank you so much.
years?
Yeah, no, like we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do on draft day, and one of the guys said, he goes, "Well, just watch Tyreek highlights, in the draft room and make us feel good." But it's unfair to compare any of those kids to Tyreek's skill set. Coming out, he's such a unique talent, and even yesterday on the field, he made a play and went down, and then he popped up, like no hands, like flipped up right off the ground, and we're just like, look at this guy. He's just so explosive and springy, and just the way he works out in practice, his work ethic's unbelievable. So again, it's a talented class of receivers, but obviously you can't compare them to Tyreek at all, and for what he does and what we feel he does in this offense, and what a great fit he is.
So I just want to stop real quick with that one because I tend to agree. You really can't compare draft picks to somebody that has already been in the league for what was it, 6 years straight now? And this man has been top of his game. I mean, arguably top three, top two wide receivers in the last 6 years. So you really can't compare the newbies with with Tyreek. So I totally understand why he would say that because at the end of the day, that'd be very unfair to them. However, it is an aspiration, something that they can look forward to and actually get better at. But to me, Tyreek as a first round pick, yeah, guys, we got a first round pick. And guess what? We haven't had to pay that much. I know a lot of people say that we paid five draft picks, but really? Really? Did we pay that much? Because for what we're about to get, I don't think it was really that bad for us to be able to get them. So I'm totally okay with what we paid when the five picks. It's not like 18 first rounders or anything like that. No. We gave enough, but it was still not enough where we weren't. You know what I mean? Um exactly. There you go. See, Michelle? Michelle, you with it. Exactly. We just gave up the 29th pick and then a few other picks, like a few other picks. Yes, second, third. I think it was the 29th, a third, two fours, and two sixes or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we even though it seems like a lot, it really isn't. Not for what you're getting with Tyreek, because again, you're actually getting somebody that's proven versus somebody that you don't know what they're gonna be. It's a question mark, and we all know not everybody makes it. So I have to agree. It's very, very interesting here. So let me go back to this. See what they ask him real quick next.
Um, for this specific kind of draft cycle, obviously a couple weeks ago you shipped off a lot of your picks. Since then, have you found yourself kind of changing the process at all in terms of maybe how many guys you're sending out to pro days and whatnot? In big picture, there's been a lot of talk about
Yeah,
the
me
Rams
neither,
kind of changing
Michelle. It's a lot.
their scouting process and the information that they're relying on. How have you seen your scouting department's kind of overall process kind of change over the years?
Yeah, we haven't changed our process because I think you end up shortchanging, the organization if you do that. Because at the end of the day, you never know when opportunities arise. To do something, whether make a move or not, or if a player falls, you think there's a chance to go get them. So you have to work through your process and be ready to answer all questions. And at the end of the day, you never know. This could be a trade a year or two on a player, and if you haven't done your work and just because you don't pick till 102. You end up hurting you when you don't have all the information if those opportunities arise. So for us, we had guys were out all pro days. Coaches are out. Coaches are doing private workouts. They still have some private workouts going on here over the next week or so. So for us, it's been full steam ahead. The personnel staff has done a tremendous job, and the coaching staff, Mike and the coaching staff, these guys enjoy getting out, getting to meet players, bringing them in. So the private workout stuff it's been exciting, and I think the coaches really enjoy getting to know these players too as well.
If no center is drafted in the third or fourth round, someone that you feel can legitimately compete with Michael.
Real quick before they get into the center, because I did watch this before, but I'll tell you this. I'm very excited about the next question, and pay attention to the question because his answer is going to be a lot telling about what we have and also what we're looking to do. And this, so I wanted just to highlight, pay attention to it because I feel like this is going to be really good.
Would you at that point sign a veteran center? Not to get into any names, but if you could shed some light on the thinking with that, do you want to go through the draft before deciding whether to sign a veteran center as competition or not?
Yeah, I think, like we've always shown, we'll always keep looking at players, Barry. We'll keep digging and going through it once the draft's over. But I think we also have an opportunity post-draft to add a lot of players through the undrafted free agency. College free agency too. So there'll be some players that always fall through the cracks. They don't get drafted, and we've spent a lot of time. The coaching staff and the scouts have been a tremendous amount of time and effort to really study the back end of the draft as we should. And so we spend a lot of time trying to identify players at all positions across there. But at the end of the day, we'll still, like we've always had, we've added players every year, over the summer, and we'll keep doing that.
So I'm gonna leave it there. What? Well, I guess I am because it looks like we're about to have what do you call it? Um, uh, commercial, and I'm not trying to do commercials. So, anyways, we're back with Miss Vince. I'm gonna go over the rest because I'm not trying to take you. Get what in the world? I'm just saying this is so exciting, guys. You get to see firsthand of you know what we can do better. But anyways, as far as what he goes next, I took down some notes because honestly, I'd rather hear myself. Um, what I really liked about the veteran and what he said, essentially, when it comes to the draft, is what I've been saying for the last week or so. It seems like right now for free agency, we're kind of done ish. But when it comes to the draft, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself to the positions that you have, aka the four picks that we have, which is a third, a fourth, and two sevenths, which no one's really counting the two sevenths. So let's be real. And another thing too, the third, it's actually a pick that's after everybody picks. So really, we have like what is it? 32 teams. We're not gonna be picking, so we'll be like the 33rd team picking. Yeah. Regardless, I think it's pick 102 if I'm not mistaken. So we gotta always still do our job. And I like the fact that he actually mentioned that he's not stopping from looking at talent because like he said, you never know what's going to happen down the line. You never know in 2 years you may get that player. You may never know if you need to do better in a specific position, or you need to pick up somebody that may be in someone else's practice squad. But if you haven't done your due diligence, you're not going to be able to find the right pieces, excuse me, for your team. And that he said pretty much the same thing about undrafted players. And I expect them to do and to be looking a lot on the undrafted players because we don't really have that much that many needs, but we could always use backups, and we're gonna need camp bodies anyway. So that's true. Uh, Now I agree with you, Michelle. If somebody does fall, he is open to making moves. And I like that because again, he's not pigeonholing himself to, oh, I have to stay in the third or I have to stay in the fourth. No, you never know if he trades those two picks and maybe a seventh or all four to go to the second round. I don't think the first because it would take something from next year too. But if he takes all four and hey, he takes a high second round pick to pick a really good player, then I totally could see him do that and I wouldn't even be mad because now we're just playing around. We're just adding extra pieces. So that's essentially why he went down with that. I'm gonna go over the rest essentially when it comes to DVP, which you guys saw me in my rant. I was okay, fine, trade DVP. But to the Patriots, like, oh God, I think Michelle, you and I, we were like unreal. And even he said it in the press conference like a few years ago. That is like sacrilegious to trade within your own division. Why? Because you see those people twice a year. Why would you want to give the opportunity of that player to come at you twice a year. And you know when somebody gets traded in the division, they go off. So yeah, at this point, honestly, no. But I get it. He was doing the right thing about the player and things like that. And the Patriots apparently were really thirsty to have a wide receiver, which fine. They give up a third and we got him for next year. Now we have five top 100 picks. I'm for it, you know. Let's see here. Now, this is one interesting thing that he kind of said that I don't think people really realize the decision of sticking with Tua and where it came from. So I don't know if you guys remember in the coaching sense, we were all speculating, are they asking, because the rumors did come out, are they asking these head coach potentials, what they think of Tua and their analysis and things like that? Because it sounded like they were trying to gauge, okay, do we even want to keep Tua? Because if nobody has anything to do with him, why would we keep him? And then we could probably go ahead and get something else with all these picks we have. So to me, he said something interesting. He asked each candidate about and what was the factor of what they could do with Tua. So they did. He just confirmed they did ask each potential head coach candidate about Tua and what they would do and how can they use them. And he also mentioned like some people are gonna say what you want to hear, obviously. But he looked into the ones that actually came prepared, that did their film study, that's they probably went ahead and looked at somebody that that really took the time to say, okay, I see this, this, and this, and I can work with this way, and that's it. And that's probably why he got him. I mean, I will tell you this: no one else in this entire league, and yes, you see my eyes because that's exactly how I feel when it comes to this. Not one other team was looking at Mike McDaniel. We'll see. Hopefully, we got a diamond in the rough with him. But I like Mickey D. He's awesome so far. I haven't seen him in the field yet, but it's something that we're gonna do. Now, as far as when it comes to yes, I can't. I agree, Michelle. We all were like, who? Oh God, it reminded me of when we drafted Austin Jackson, and my brother went like, who? Because he went deep on that draft and who we were gonna draft, and we were there live in the draft party, and yeah, that was funny. So yeah, no. Now they also asked him about the whole meme of F the draft picks and his kids and things like that, and he kind of mentioned how his kids um talked about it. I thought that was really cute, and to be honest with you, teams and people and media are noticing that right now we are taking the same or a very similar approach to how the Rams are doing their thing. So as far as us, guys, this is exciting because it literally means that other teams are noticing that there is a kind of a pathway, if you will, of hey, let's go ahead and take a look at how the Rams did it. Because the Tampa Bay did it before then and they won the Super Bowl. The Rams did it after them and they won the Super Bowl. Who's going to be the team this year to win the Super Bowl? Because it's up in the air. There are no guarantees. But we are doing the same track of how the Rams were doing it. And that's what they asked him that question. And he kind of said, the head coach and the owner and all that, they're a great team, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you just have to stay aggressive and do what you need to do. Now, as far as, let's see here. As far as free agency, we all were ready to murder Chris Grier. Anybody that says otherwise prior to the Tehran and Tyreek, you're lying. Okay, you may be not lying, but you probably were like, okay, maybe we need to do something else. but at the end of the day, he was able to go ahead and make it happen. And then afterwards, he was able to go ahead to actually get those picks and not get those picks moved and actually get Teron and actually get Tyreek. So he went from night and day, from us wanting to murder him for not doing anything or being aggressive to him actually making it happen. And we were all like, did we just get there? It happened so fast, like, you know what I mean? And they asked him about that. And Tyreek was not in the radar, people. But guess what? It was very good for the fact that it's what we needed. Now, I've had heard this, and in my opinion, I agree. They may seem like they're not aggressive, but they may be aggressive. It's just that they're not getting people. There's a difference, you know. You can't force people to come here. But you're still able to go ahead and try to get pieces. This time it actually stuck. And hey, I'm excited. If you're not excited, I get it. You know, you're cautiously optimistic like I am. So that was it. That was Grier. I mean, he talks about some other stuff, but it wasn't even much. Now down to Tua, guys. Tua time. Yes. Oh, when Tyree did this, it just I felt like if you're a Jets fan, that must have crushed you, people. Michelle, you're right. When Tyree came out and said, "Who? The Jets? Oh no, no, I was always gonna come to Miami." That's just such a slap in the face. Like essentially, he just used it just as a give me a little more money, you know, like a chip to get more money. Hey, do you, sir? You're the highest paid wide receiver. Get your money. It is what it is. But this time, I much rather pay Tyreek than paying Ndonican Suit that insane amount of money we paid him. Gosh, to this day, I'm still like, why would we do that? Why did we do that? But that was that other way of being aggressive. So now that we're finally being aggressive in a different way, super happy because I feel like this is actually going to help the team. Now, when it comes to Tua, guys, Tua. He mentioned a lot of things. So I got a lot of notes that I wrote down for Tua, and I know this is what you guys came for. We're gonna deep dive with Tua because guys, he had a lot to say and a lot to undersay, and we're gonna have to read between those lines to really understand what he said. Now, look, I could pull it up and show you the whole video. It's like 16 minutes. I'm not gonna watch it again. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it down below so you can go ahead and see it. But to be honest with you, he did get some rough questions. Why? Because he's the QB. But guys, let's start off with the beginning. So he got the question. How was it to throw to Tyreek? And he said a lot of fun. And you know what? I'm with it. A lot of fun when you have a little speedster like that, guys. If you're throwing to Tyreek and you're doing these 5 yard passes that Tua loves to throw, and they go for 45, wouldn't you be happy too? I'd be, yes, absolutely happy. What I don't know if that's a shot more of, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but I don't know if it's a shot at any other wide receivers we've had. But you gotta give it to him. He said it's a lot of fun, and I see it. You could tell it's gonna be a lot more fun seeing it on the field. I'll tell you that. I can't wait. That's gonna be amazing. Now they also asked him about what's the overall feeling of the team and then locker room and all that good stuff. And he definitely says a few things have changed. Um, well, obviously, too, things have changed. You got a new head coach, you got a new coaching staff, you got new offensive players. So, of course, things have changed. However, everybody's going to go after, and I'm not going to lie because I don't want to say I'm a floor near or whatever they're called. I love Coach Flo. I will always love Coach Flo. To me, he was the one to get us to the promised land. However, I'm still open to seeing what Mickey D has to say. Now, side note, before I get into the rest, guys, one thing I noticed in Tua's presser is that he kept calling him Mike. Mike. Not Coach Mike, at least, or, you know, Coach McDaniel, but Mike. And to me, maybe it's just the way I was raised. And I mean, you always respect your elders. And I know he was raised. I'm not saying he wasn't raised right. Obviously, we all can tell he's raised right. But I actually don't like that. I don't like the fact that it's all, oh yeah, Mike, like I get it. And we're gonna talk about it. He talks about Coach Mike McDaniel, but the fact that it's just so informal to me, I don't like that. You got to give this man worked hard to become a head coach. He's a head coach of the team. So show respect and at least call him Coach Mike. You know what I mean? We all know in school, we've all been there where we've had our teachers. And if you ever, I still remember the first time I found out one of my teacher's first name. I was like, mm-mm. So for me, oh Lord. Okay, guys. I'm so technical difficulties. Give me one quick second, cause it's a little embarrassing. So hold on. And we're back after these short messages. Can y'all hear me again? So sorry about that. Yeah, I had to get out because my studio was about to fall. So I that would have been embarrassing, guys. And it's just I'd rather y'all see a blue screen than my entire studio falling off. So I just gotta like not move as much, and we're good. See, you guys are seeing all the backstage stuff today. Hey, guess what? It's what this entertainment. But yes, so that's the only thing. That's just how I was raised. To me, at least, give the man some respect. Call him Coach Mike. That's all. That's all I have to say. So back to Tua, and I see here, like, um, I get. See, I get. Let's see here. Okay, Michelle, I hear you, but we called our swing coach Ralph in high school, which was his dad's name. It was a term of endearment. I get that, but still, it's just the way I was raised. You gotta give that person that respect, and when you're giving that person that respect, you, sir, ma'am, you know what I mean. And that's just how I was raised. But again, to each their own. That's the only thing that really. It's just every time he did, I was like, oh, Coach Mike, man, come on. So next on it. Now they asked this very interesting question. Pressure on Tua. Hey Tua, do you feel the pressure? And of course, Tua came in and actually said, "Well, I mean, I'm not obviously quoting him because I don't have the line here, but essentially, He said, pressure's going to be there. It's important to show what we can do this year." Another thing that he said as well was everybody's going to feel pressure. So at the end of the day, we're just here to be able to go ahead and show what we can do this year. But the pressure is going to be there regardless. Is there any extra pressure on him? The pressure is just to do your job. That's essentially what I got from him. That particular question to me was more of like Tua. Everybody feels like you're going to get a lot more pressure because you just got a completely revamped offensive team because the defense didn't change. Really, let's be real. Thank God. The defense didn't change, but the offense did. So everybody's asking, like, hey, do you feel the pressure? You know? And I guess because he's such a late, that must be like a Pacific Islander thing, like a Hawaiian thing, Samoan thing, I guess, whatever. They're just so like so cool, bruh. They're just so chill. Maybe he's just a little too chill, and that's probably like it's a little bit different for me. But yeah, he's not feeling the pressure, I guess. I mean, no more than usual, obviously, to do and perform. Perform. Every time I hear now the word performer, I say it, I laugh because of his trainers, building. Hey, Batman, how you doing, sir? I appreciate it. Yes, two time, aka QB1, 1,000%, 1,000%. Thank you so much, sir, for joining the show. Yes, we're talking about everybody's favorite QB, Tua Tagovailoa. I already went over Grier, but y'all can see that in the beginning. Um, as far as Tua, so let me go over the rest. So that was pretty much the the pressure aspect of it. They also asked him, "What did you do? Have you been working on, especially in minicamp and also off season?" And essentially, he's been working on his footwork. That's very telling. Let me dive into that little section real quick. Working on your footwork, guy. I was a backup QB. Um, yes, I played high school flag football. And anybody that tells you that girls don't tackle, they're lying to you. Because I almost broke 3 ribs catching a touchdown. By the way, almost broken, but I was happy because I caught the touchdown. We won the game. But yes, you definitely have to do the footwork. So it just means it's going to be a lot of different types of throws that he probably is gonna have to get used to because of the scheme of the game, the scheme of what they're gonna try to play with this new offensive playbook, essentially. Ray Love. Hey, Ray Love. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Welcome to Miss Fins. Let me just recenter this. Welcome to Miss Fins, everybody. Ray Love, how you doing? I am Miss Fins. This is our channel. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful Friday, even though I see some clouds, but it's still beautiful. The sun is out. So thank you so much, guys, for coming in. King Mill, I appreciate you, sir. Finally caught you. Been working harder than ever. Hey, I get it. King Mill, I get 1,000%. We've all been working hard. Trust me. I get it. But I appreciate you, sir, for joining. Ray Love, absolutely, sir. And if you could do me a favor, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe. You know, that's what we're here for. And guess what? I definitely need you guys' help because we want to grow the channel, guys. We're at 200 and something. Okay? And being at 200 and something, you know what that means? We're at 230, 236. You could be 237, sir, if you're not already subscribed. But yeah, this is gonna be very exciting. So as you see, guys, hit the like button. I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick. That is my channel. It's so easy. It's youtube.com/Miss Easy. You don't even need to see. Just literally put youtube.com/Miss Send it to your friends. Send it to your family members. Anybody that wants to hear about the Dolphins, guys, we're here. You see this? You see this little miniature make believe person? That's Tua riding this dolphin to the Super Bowl, people. Yeah, so let's get it. And just so you guys know, this morning I went to the dentist and had surgery and have my mouth. I couldn't move till now, so guys, I'm working out here, dealing with this pain, and it still hurts, but no medicine, guys. No medicine. So yes, guys, let's get to 250. I think I need only like 13 people to get to 250 subscribers. Let's do that by today. So send it out, okay? Let's see here real quick. Oh, Laquan, how you doing? Hey, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, King Mill. Am I going to any games this year, Miss Vince? Okay. Yes. However, which one? I have no idea. The tickets are ridiculous. I was gonna buy Well, first of all, let me not lie. Real quick, we're taking a time out from what we were speaking, people. Yes, we were talking about the press conferences. We'll get back to that in a brief moment. But as far as the games, I was gonna buy season tickets, but then when they fired Flo, my heart broke, and I said, "Screw this team." It took a lot for me to still believe in this team. I'm not gonna lie, having great YouTubers like Miami Fanatics show, absolutely. A Miami Sports Fanatics show, with Batman and Gio. Gio just had his birthday this past week. Those guys are amazing. They just had last night Lycan, Mr. Lycan, if I'm not mistaken. So they have some great. They had Tobin earlier before, Doll Freaky. So guys, check them out. Check out Miami Sports Fanatic Show. They're amazing guys. And one thing that I did forgot to mention, guys, I don't know if you guys know of this great channel, and I'm gonna go ahead and shout them out. This is the Fins Tailgate, people. The Fins Tailgate. The tailgate party that never stops is 100% true. I mean, these boys go all the way down to like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy, but they're awesome and they're on every single weeknight. El Capitan. I actually won this hat from them and I chose the old school logo. If you see my Twitter this week, I put the logo on, Throwback Thursday. So definitely So happy for getting from the Finstelgate El Capitan. Everybody, they already made it to 1,000 subscribers. They're already, I think, at 1,200. Go out and check out their channel. They're amazing. Honestly, we all know TD Finstalk. I do a channel every week, a show every week, Wednesday nights at 8. You can go ahead and meet me. This week I couldn't. It's Passover, so I couldn't. But next week I'll be on. I might be on for 2 hours. You never know. But yeah, so that's gonna be pretty nice. Now, as far as me going to any games, yes, I just have to see which one, to be honest with you, King Mill. But thank you for the question. I appreciate it. And let's see here. Yes, Michelle. I am talking to my fans while my teeth hurt, my jaw and all. Zzz. Oh, God, I still remember I have nightmares with the. We all know nobody likes the drill from the dentist, and man, it hurts. So trust me, I get it. Let's see here. But yeah, so back to what we were talking about, guys. Again, Miss Vince, hit the like button, like, subscribe. Let's get to 250 because we can do it together. Back to Tua, because I know that's what you guys want to talk to. That's what you guys search. And hey, that's what we're here for. Tua time, baby. So, see, I told you I got notes, people. I got notes for you guys. Now, one thing that they did speak to him about was his playbook, the new playbook. He also mentioned how he actually learns the playbook and things like that. And I thought it was actually very interesting. Yes, and he did mention this. The playbook is going to be similar to Alabama, people, but it won't be the same. So he's going to actually have, um, what do you call it? He's going to actually have um very similar things to say, but not gonna be exactly what you think. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, the verbiage is going to be similar, but he's going to get better at the play calling. Why? Because at the end of the day, he's going to study this. Now, he did mention that he uses his family, kind of like his little players and things like that, and he runs through, well, writes it down, runs through the play, gets quizzed by his, family members or friends, and then actually has his family members doing it so that he can visually see it. I get it because a lot of times I tell people, look, if I didn't write it down, forget it. I got to write it down so that I can hear it, I can see it, and remember it by writing things down. So I totally understand. Laquan, give me about 5 minutes, sir. I'm almost done with Tua's, and I'm gonna bring all of you guys in. I have the link prepped already for you guys. I'm gonna send it. I just need real quick, like 5 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and do it. But yes, it's very similar concepts, Ray, as far as the playbook, which is cool. So it's gonna be nice to see him make it a little bit more. And you know what? If you think about it, the Chargers. What did they do with Herbert? They pretty much brought his college type playbook into here, which is why he was able to succeed so quickly. He didn't have that kind of not slump, but like hurdles to crawl through, but he still struggled a little bit because he had to do the pro style. Zach Wilson, they kind of did the same thing with him. However, they really threw him into a 1,000% pro style, and he was not good. He was really struggling, but towards the latter part of the year, he was doing really well. So it's just things like that are gonna go ahead and really take time. You know what I mean? Batman, yeah, make sure ladies hit the like button and subscribe for Miss Fins. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yes. Now, as far as the playbook, we just have to see. He just has to do it. That's all. He needs repetition and doing it with his team. And now because we have a new team, and another thing when it comes to the actual schedule, the cool thing about it is that because we have a new head coach and we have a new offense, unlike most teams, there's only a handful of teams that are going to have an opportunity to actually do their um training camp earlier than other teams. So our training camp, they haven't released it yet, but it's going to be kind of mid July. And we'll see exactly what we have there. That's going to be a lot of fun to be able to go ahead and get the guys together and really kind of run everything as a whole. Uh Michelle, man, you made me laugh more than the same five freaking plays would be nice. Yes, yes, I agree. Although I do think that they're going to be running a lot of plays that kind of look initially the same, but are going to have different results, and I think that's going to be very exciting, and it's really going to help Tua to kind of learn and retain a lot of that information. He did mention that even though apparently it's been what, six offenses in 6 years, including college, um, you know, how do you adjust? He pretty much said you just have to learn how to study. Just gotta get comfortable in studying. And you know what? I appreciate that from him because at least it shows me that he's not like he's not studying, but I would expect him to study more and implement more. Since you're the QB of the greatest franchise ever, man, the Dolphins. So come on, Bill, get it together, sir. But yes, now, on to the next topic, real quick. Before I drop the link, I'm gonna drop it literally in like a couple minutes. Um, but because I definitely want to get you guys up here, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know you. I know we got a lot to talk about these pressers, but I want to go over these last couple of things because I think it's very interesting. As far as his relationship with McDaniel, they obviously liked him. You know, what do you like? He to us said that he felt supportive. It meant a lot to him, and a lot to most players. Having that support from your head coach is very important, which is good. He says the locker room feels different, that things feel different in the building. Obviously, it's gonna feel different because it's two different styles of coaching, guys. It's not that one's better than the other. It just means it's two different styles. We all know, first of all, if you didn't know, Coach Flores, his background is actually military. I believe his father, if I'm not mistaken, was in the military. So he grew up in military bases, had a very structured life. That's why he was so good in New England, because having that structure, that style is exactly what he always had his pretty much his entire life. So he brought that here to have that seriousness and that focus, that laser focus to get us the ring. You know what I mean? Hey, Cat for Love, how you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming here. Yes, feel free to share, like, subscribe, because I'm dropping the link literally in just a few minutes. So I want to see you guys go ahead and come up here. So give me a few minutes. Let me finish this, and then you guys can come up. So of course it's gonna feel different, and it always happens whenever you go from one style to the next. Breath of fresh air. Guess what, guys? The same thing happened when we went from gays to floors. People were like, "Finally, we have structure, we have leadership, we have a direction, we know what we're going to." So it's just gonna be um just different. And guess what? We have to roll with it, guys. It's a new regime. Let's roll with it so we can make this happen. And I think it's gonna be pretty nice. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's definitely gonna be nice. Oh, Ray, you just said something that I'm gonna get to in a second, because before I get to your comment here, I'm gonna drop it. Forget it. He thanked Flo for drafting him, so this should stop the crazy narrative that Flo didn't want him. Of course, Flo wanted him, but it looks like after 1 year he was like, "Nope, this guy ain't it," and that's why he wanted somebody else. But guess what? That's actually the highlight of this entire video. That's why I'm gonna get to it in a second, because that was so telling in so many ways. But as far as leadership, they asked him, "Listen, what is your leadership type?" He liked that Mike doesn't force you to lead, how to lead. He lets you be you. Guys, if you guys didn't read between those lines, man, I don't know what you were listening to, because him saying that Mike McDaniel essentially allowed him to lead the way that he wants to lead, it just goes up to show essentially he's saying without saying that he wasn't forced to lead, like perhaps Flores wanted him to, because Flores is like, let's do this, grab the bull by the horn. This is your team. Step up, be counted, and make it happen. And I guess apparently he didn't want to. So it's just hilarious to me, honestly, that he actually ended up not saying it, but he totally said it. That, yeah, Mike lets us again, Mike, Coach McDaniel lets you be you. You know what I mean? So, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is at this point. He just feels like he's more free, and that's good for him. And I expect him to actually go ahead and succeed. Because at the end of the day, if and that's one thing that I said about Tua. Last year he played very tight. The last 2 years, like really, really tight. Obviously, he's looking after his body, but he just felt like really uptight. Like he didn't feel comfortable in his own skin. And that does have a lot to do with the career ending injury and the other injuries that he had. But it also has to do because, let's be real, it doesn't seem like he had a lot of confidence in himself. Why? I don't know. Because have Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, came out and said that it's 90% mental, 10% physical. Or he might have said 80-20, but it's Michael. You win here. If you can't win here, forget how good you are physically. It's not going to happen. So he struggled up here a lot, Tua. But now, you know, he feels like he has um the opportunity to be himself and to lead the way that he wants to. And he goes into it in detail and things like that. So now, as far as timing and working with it, because they did ask about the accuracy and things like that. Yes, Tua Tango Vailoa, you need to work on your accuracy. Why? Because accuracy makes it happen. Everybody's like, oh, he's the most accurate quarterback in the last 700 years. No, people. I mean ball placement. Ball placement. And that's going to help out all that yak. He wants a lot of yak, then he has to lead his players into it. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm going to go into, let's see here. Michelle says, I thought the only time Tua looked somewhat relaxed was right after the trade deadline last season. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. Why? Because for me, it seems like he was definitely, it was getting to him. All those trade talks were getting to him. They were. But he had to overcome it. And after he's like, oh, okay, they're not trading him or me for him. I can then maybe, get this done. But guys, we have to see. So that's important. Now, they did ask him, what do you think about the coaching changes? And this is where it gets juicy, people. Well, I can't really talk about it because I don't make those decisions. Tua, we all know what you're saying, sir. We know what you're saying when you said what you said. You're essentially saying is there's nothing that I could have done really because I don't make those decisions, but am I happy that it happened? I mean, take a look at the luau. Take a look at Mike wanted to always hang out and blah blah blah. It just shows that Tua serves in a different way. That's all it means, people. Yakety yak, yak, yak. Yes, cat for life. That's all Tua wants. That's all we want. And with this team, with Mostert and Chase and obviously Tyreek and Waddle, we better get the massive yak. And on top of that, too, if he hits Gesicki on a stride in the middle, oh my God, part that Red Sea, baby. Man, the yak is gonna be coming for days. But yes, let's see here. Now, Ray, you say no QB through tighter windows than Tua. I guess statistically, yes. And I'll tell you this: there was one I forgot what game. Don't even ask me because I completely forgot. There was this one throw he did. It was to Waddle, if I'm not mistaken, right in the middle. That had to have been a bullet. Let me tell you how much. I blinked and I didn't even see that play. It was so fast, so deadly accurate that I was like, "That's my quarterback. That's that's Tua." I was so proud when I saw that. Like that throw right there made it for me. Why? Because A, the accuracy he needed. B, the the pocket was collapsing, and see the fact that he was able, even though he did stare him down, he was still able to get that ball there before the actual defenders. Man, it was such a beauty, and he had so many of those. And by so many, I mean enough for me to count them. But I should have enough that I don't need to count them because it's all the time. That's where I need him to get to. But yeah, that oof, my God, beautiful, beautiful. He had at least two that I can remember. One to Gesicki and one to Water, where I was like, that's just golden. I want more of that. He just made me want more. So Tua, give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Yes, that was a little Britney. I love Britney Spears. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, so you get no. Yeah. Now he did mention, like Ray said earlier, that he was grateful that Flo drafted him here, and that's it. First of all, Tua, let's break this down. The way you said that, the speed you said that, the words you chose to say when you said that, and then the afterwards, man, that was so telling. So guys, I have dropped the link. I want to see you guys up here. Cap, Ray, Flip Side. I want to see you guys here because to me, this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think that we're gonna have a lot to say. So I want to see you guys up here. I just dropped the link. Listen, Tua had a lot to say. And guess what? And I'm not even done with the entire press conference. I mean, they asked him about Bevel. He obviously didn't know that Bevel went to what do you call it? Bevel actually coached, who was it? Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. So he's got a resume of QBs. So having him as a QB coach, to me, I'm excited because I feel like he's gonna unlock. I know that's Mike McDaniel's like apostrophe s. That's his word, unlocking. He's definitely unlocking the team. And I think Bevel's gonna unlock Tua and is really gonna get him to where we need him to take that step. And let me tell you guys something. Tyreek Hill to Tua is what Stephon Diggs is to or was to Josh Allen. 1,000%, 1,000%, 1,000%. Because having that elite wide receiver, oof, it just changes things so much. And let me have my first individual. Mountie Finn, sir, welcome. How you doing? Thank you for
I'm good,
being
and you? How are you?
still alive, still kicking. Good.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, no. Listen, what did you think about those two pressers? Because to me, it was hilarious. A and B, it was very, very, very telling of what Tua had to say about the last regime, what he looks forward to, which he did mention he's looking forward to just helping the team win, which is what he should be looking forward to. So, talk to me. What did you think of those two pressers between Tua and Greer?
You know, I think he's gonna really work hard to lift his game to where it translates to successes on the field. Um, when he said that they're going to run an offense similar to what they did in Alabama, but different, but similar, but different. And if you look at his body language or his facial expressions as he was saying certain words like verbiage and things of that nature, he acknowledges, which is good. He acknowledges that it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be something that he's gonna have to really dedicate and lock into because that's probably one of his weaknesses. Is learning different things, new things, I guess. And it sounds like he's just a kinesthetic learner, which is like me. I have to do things repetitively over and over and over again, write them down, take a picture,
Mm-hmm.
And but that's but see that's but see part of the battle is won already because you know how you learn or you
Know
learn best.
thyself. Know thyself.
So I think we want to emphasize the yak, which we already knew that. Everybody that's looking for us to go 50 yards down the field, a long bomb to Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I don't think that's going to happen. You may see it on occasion, but I just think it's going to be a lot of crossing routes, and you're going to see a lot of bunch formations. You're probably going to see I formations again. You don't never see that anymore. You're probably going to see, split wing. You're going to see people coming on reverses and utilizing our speed in space. See, that's the key is the speed in space. I don't care. I'm always, I've got a little experience in coaching football, and I'm not really a big proponent of top end speed. You know what I mean? Especially in football, because you got to get by your man first. So top end speed means nothing. I like shuttle runs. I like agility, getting open in space. That's why Danny Amendola and
Yep.
Javon Best and Wes Welker, open in space, finding space. We can always go down the field, but you got to get by your defenders first.
That's true. Monty, give me a second real quick because I want to bring everybody. Batman, this is you. Welcome to Miss Finn, sir. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining.
How's it going, Miss Fins? How's it going, Monty Fins? Just taking a small break at work. Pulled over
What's
to
up?
the
What's
street.
up?
Yeah, I think the article's great. Appreciate you sharing it with everybody. I mean, like you were saying, Mounty, asserting as far as the speed and you look at shuttle times and stuff like that, which is accurate. Most important thing you got to realize that you could be fast, like you could be a Ted Ginn and just be brilliantly fast. But if you can't run a route, doesn't matter. And that's what's lovely about Waddle. You're talking about a supreme talent that can run routes and get open, and then you're adding a guy like Wes Welker that you're literally going to open up a field where he's going to be wide open by himself, and you're going to ask yourself, how are they getting so open? Because of Wes Welker. Look what he was able to do, in San Francisco. So it's just
Yep.
like I see a lot of Cooper Cup being open type like plays for these guys, um, and let's not forget Tyreek, the fastest guy in the NFL at 15.45 miles per hour with the ball. Waddle's number 3 at 14.85.
My gosh.
That's insane. And Debo's number 2, and he's around the corner. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I agree, and it's not just about speed. You also have to be able to run the routes properly, but you have to know which ones to run. Which is cool that they most of them showed up for the voluntary one mini camp this week because it allows them to give more time together. Even though they're not touching each other, it gives them more time to get together and to actually go, over that. But real quick, Mounty, before you go, Love, I just want to introduce Love. I think this is the first time coming up here. How you doing, Love?
Oh, doing fine. What about yourself?
Ah, still alive, still kicking, sir. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, so
I'm
we're
back.
going over real quick here about the presser. Monty, what did you have to say?
I missed the question. Was there a question? I missed it.
Oh
Sorry.
no, 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 you're good. Well, it was the same question I asked you before, so I'm gonna ask Love real quick. What did you think, Love, about the presser?
I thought Tua handled himself very well. I thought he was very honest. I thought that he was very articulate and very classy. He could have took that time to really trash flow, but he didn't do it. I mean, he said a lot of things without saying it, and
Yep.
he did it in a very classy way. Like the fact that he said, hey, so how you feel about Flo? Well, I thank Flo for drafting me. And that's all I got to say about that. So
Yeah,
you
that
already
was such
knew right then and
an
there how he felt.
direct thing. So he, what's the word for that? It's not a backhanded
It's
comment.
it's
It's
it's called tact. It's called tact. He was very professional in how he addressed the
tactful. Yes,
situation
he
with
chose his words carefully for sure.
yeah, absolutely, and
So real
very
quick,
classy.
I give him that. I still wish he would have a little bit more. But if that's all he had to say, you know what they say. The saying goes, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You
That's
know what
right.
I
He just
mean?
took his mommy advice. That's it. Now
Exactly.
don't trash Flo. Just tell him this, and it's gonna be all right. Be classy, son. Be classy.
Exactly. Now, Batman, I know you're on break, so I want to pick your brain real quick. You mentioned about Debo. So what have you been hearing? Because everybody wants to talk about Debo's getting traded. They don't want to say that Miami is the place, but they're saying that he's gonna get traded, and it looks like he might be going to other teams. He's been spotted in different areas. So what have you heard, Batman, when it comes to Debo?
So obviously, you know that I broke the news about 5 weeks ago on Debo.
Yep, I was there. I was there.
And I will say this: I'm hearing a draft day trade between Miami and San Francisco, involving Debo. And now the question is the compensation. Apparently, we're backing out on the original compensation, which was Byron Jones, their first rounder going back to them, and a second. That was the original trade.
Oh
Apparently,
wow.
Miami is not doing that, and Miami's lowballing them. And
That's
I
not
would
low balling. You talking
it,
about you giving them
That's
Byron
not
Jones,
that's
a
not
No,
first
no,
yeah,
round
that's
that's
the
pick,
not
old
and a
one.
lowballing.
trade.
That's
you're
the
not
old
hearing me.
one.
You're not hearing me. Miami now is lowballing now. That is not the trade on the table anymore. So
It should have
apparently
never
they're
been.
offering 2/3. Next year's 2/3. So I mean that is lowballing.
They're
So
only offering the next year's 2/3.
Byron might still be involved because he did restructure his contract to make the deal work. But the unfortunate problem with the deal, and it has nothing to do him going to San Francisco, more in the sense Miami is gonna move him because I hate to be the bearer of bad news because I'm a big fan of his. But Gasecki might be traded somewhere else before by the end of August. Not even before the season, by the end of August.
Don't tell me
That's what
that.
I've been hearing. I don't like to hear those kind of things, but that's what I've been hearing. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's awful. You just ruined my Friday. Nah, I'm
I
just kidding.
well well well
Listen,
well
man.
like I said on TD's show, I said Gasecki could be a trade piece for Debo because he would be a just as good or a cheaper option for George Kittle for San Francisco. Because this year, at the end of this year, San Francisco is going to have to pay some good coin to Kittle, and they also have to play both. They have to pay Bosa too.
But I
That's going to
believe
be a
I
lot of
believe
bread.
Kittle. I believe Kittle's on 3 years, $60 million contract.
Did he? Did he
I
sign?
think
He
I think
did.
he signed last
I
year
don't
or the year
know.
before that. I think he did a 5 year deal. He has
If
like
he's
three
Okay.
still on
years.
that deal, then
Because they're gonna have to pay Bosa big
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah, that's about
yes,
25, 30 million a year.
Hmm.
easy.
Exactly. Easy for defensive end, top flight defensive end.
Wow,
Yeah.
35. Wow.
I
I don't know
said
about
25 to
25.
30.
I would say a minimum, super bare minimum 20, super bare minimum, but more leaning towards 25 because look at him and look at what his brother has been doing. They're like the West Coast um Watts, you know what I mean? Like the Watt brothers are in the East Coast, the Bosas are in the West Coast, and they're insane. So to me, I could definitely see them getting a contract or a 20 million, 25
Yeah,
million dollar a
because
year.
Von Miller basically set the market. He got a huge contract from Buffalo,
Oh,
and this is his
that's
third.
insane.
This is his third deal or something, right? Or second deal,
Like
third deal.
it's like his fourth deal, I think.
It
Yeah, dude,
it might be his fourth
he
because
got a he got a huge contract.
But I think I
remember
think
he got that big one with Denver
I think
initially.
I think Buffalo could get out of his contract. I think in year 3. So they don't. I mean, the way they played it out, but it's still ridiculous contract, especially
It's
for
6 years, but I think that the first three they're stuck to him. Is
yeah.
the fourth year is when they're able to, if I'm not mistaken, because it's a 6 year deal.
It's
So
insane.
they definitely enough room for them to get out, but still, regardless, 6 years and he's like 30. Man, they really are squeezing him. So I get it. Now, listen, I have to ask all of you guys real quick. As far as this draft, because it's coming up next week, and to be honest with you, I think we might even trade, to be honest with you. I don't even think we're going to do much with these picks. So, what do you guys think we're going to get in that third or fourth if we still keep them?
Okay, now I'll go
Position wise.
first. Yeah,
Position.
Yeah, I'll go first real quick. Now, for me, right, I would like to get a running back with the third or fourth pick. And the reason why I say that is because we got backup caliber running backs, right? I love Chase Edmonds, Mostert, Gaskin, and the other guy that we just got a bunch of other guys. We need a we I said we need a stud, right? And so if we can find one, I know we can make do because I know that with this particular system and with the blocking scheme, I mean, you can go in there with a bunch of backup running backs and somebody get 900, 1,000 yards. But why do that if you can get somebody that could get 15, 1,600?
Yeah, but who would you get?
Yeah, but majority. But
Oh,
if you look at the league nowadays, by the majority, is running back by committee. See, and then it's fresh legs all game long.
Now, I
See,
hear what
that's
you're saying.
that.
I hear what you're saying.
It,
My
it's
thing
fresh.
is,
It's fresh legs all year long.
can I
I
add
hear
to
what you're saying,
real quick
right? But
if I
why?
go
But
back?
why go with backup caliber running backs when you can get you a starter running back instead of going for the 900, 1,000 yard running back? Let's get somebody that can get 1,400 yards and like double digit touchdowns instead of 900 yards and like 6 or 7 touchdowns,
Go ahead,
right?
I do
Batman.
believe.
Wait,
But I do
Monty.
believe. Okay,
Monty,
go ahead.
real quick.
I'm
Let Batman go
going
ahead
back to
because
work.
I
So
know you're on break.
yeah,
Yeah,
say real quick. So our two biggest needs on this football team are center and inside linebacker, right? Um,
agreed.
now whether you want to consider it a starting center or a backup center, we still need a center because we lost our two backups, so we only have a starting center right now. So we need a center no matter what, whether it's undrafted, veteran, I don't care. So let's say we don't address it in free agency, we're just going into the draft. With that third round pick, I am taking the best available center. I'm taking the best available middle linebacker in the fourth. Now, I agree if a guy like James Cook, the running back, is there from Georgia at number 3, because he's gonna go in the high thirds, and we have a low third at 102. Um, I would take my chances. Obviously, we already looked into him. He's a diehard Dolphins fan. He's a beast of a running back. A part where you were trying to say is running back by committee, yes, but let's keep in mind I'm not trying to be negative, but Raheem Morse has never finished a football season in his career. He's 31.
Exactly.
He's on a $3.125 million deal. Chase Edmonds is on a 2-year, 12 million something deal. He's only guaranteed for 6 million so he's only guaranteed for 1 year. Miles Gaskins could be used as a trade package with the third. So if we want to move up in the third round, I would do that. And he's the only one that's under contract when you think about it, because Dokes, we don't know if he's gonna get cut or not. I want to keep him. I want to see what the kid has. He looked impressive in training camp when I went. And the other guy, Savin Ahmed, he's on a 1-year, 10-year as well. So we
That's
don't have
true.
a running back for a future for the future. So I would like to invest in a James Cook. If we could, my dream scenario. I mean, I'm going to the draft next year and next week, and people are like, "You're crazy. We don't have a picks."
That's
I have a gut.
awesome.
I got a gut feeling. I'm not going to Vegas. I'm going to the draft here in Miami. They're not doing it at the stadium because of the racing
Oh,
track, the
yeah.
Formula One. But I am going to the party, a draft party, and they were like, "What do
Fort
you?"
Lauderdale or Miami?
I'm going to the Miami one.
Okay.
But I have a gut feeling Miami and Arizona might be dancing in the rain with that 23rd overall pick in the draft. I could see something happening with them, and if maybe Miami's intrigued with Brees Hall, man, that is the best running back prospect in this draft. He's not worth that pick. He's a high second, but that kid's a stud, man. And I am all for drafting a running back. I am agreeing. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna jump off. Like I said, I appreciate having me on. I'm going back to work right now, and I'll still listen. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Batman. I appreciate you coming. And everybody, definitely check out Miami Sports Fanatics show. They're amazing. Batman and Gio, a great show. They're amazing. So please check them out. Thank you for joining. Um, so Bounty, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but I knew he was going back to work, so I wanted to go ahead and
No
let him
worries. No
finish.
worries.
Go ahead.
Look. Theoretically, I don't mind you know, a running back by committee because it's fresh legs all game. Guys coming in and out, so that's a plus as far as if guys fresh. But getting a featured back Plus you got to remember, feature back, he gets hurt, or and then feature backs, at the end of their contract, third year, of their then they're gonna want to get paid. You see what I'm
That is
saying?
true.
Now, depending on how he does, he's gonna want to get paid. So, it depends on how much money we want to spend in that position. We're
Oh, I think I lost you. We're losing you. Is it you, Monty? Can you hear us? Love, can you still hear Monty or no?
No, I can't hear him.
Yeah, Monty, I don't know what happened, but you let me know. Well, while we're waiting for him, real quick, Love, I want to ask you, and I appreciate you again coming on board. And let me just
No,
reset
thank
real
you.
quick, guys. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. I see you, aha. Thank you so much for joining, guys. It is Miss Fins. We're live with Miss Fins. Thank you for joining in this very beautiful Friday. And we're just having fun. Yes, we talked about the two press conference because they're very important to us in Grier. And now we're just discussing the rest of the team because honestly, right now we gotta talk about it. But guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. We're close to 250. I think I need like 12 more subscribers. So send it out to your friends, send it out to everybody. Hit the subscribe button. We gotta get to 250, and then the next goal is 500 because we can do it, guys. And this is our channel, Miss Finn. Yay. But go ahead, love. As far as the draft, you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I definitely would like to get a running back with the third or fourth round pick, and I'm with Bat with the center, right? Because we do need a backup. But for me, I know when it comes to offensive linemen, it could take them 2, 3, 4 years to kind of understand the
To
league,
gel.
and to gel with the league and to develop their body to be able to handle, those big, fast defensive linemen. Yeah, they might have been dominant while they're in college, but when you get to the pros, I
It's
mean,
a
you're
whole
dealing.
different story.
Yeah, it's a whole different story. And a lot of times, before they become a serviceable offensive lineman, they have to see the whole league, right? And they have to understand counters and and blitz protections. I mean, they're going to see a bunch of stuff that they've never seen before. So to rely on a backup rookie, I would prefer like a Skura or a Karras, somebody that we brought in for like 3 million, that's been in the league for 3, 4 years, that pretty much seen everything because they'll be better than any rookie we bring in the third or fourth round.
And
If you're looking at bringing in a center and maybe perhaps having them play some minutes, you're probably looking at trying to get one in the first or the second round. Once you get to the third and the fourth round, you're looking at developmental projects because you put them in there against those beasts. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have issues.
as far as getting a center, a veteran center, I've said this since the beginning. I've said this since the minute, since before the season ended. We need two positions that I think we need, that I know we need: a veteran right tackle and a veteran center. The center is the QB of that offensive line, even though technically the QB is the QB of that offensive line. But you guys know what I mean. That's the guy that's really going to be in there with Tua, gelling together, and the guy that really is going to have to take over when he notices certain things as well. And has to pay attention to Tua. And Tua needs to be the one to call out, here's the mic, here's this, here's that. So that way we can go ahead and shift the line and do all of that. So to me, I prefer
Exactly.
having a veteran and having Dieter as a backup versus just drafting another, unless it's Cesar Ruiz type. But we're not gonna make it all the way up there to get that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now, real
Exactly.
quick, because more for entertainment. Catchy name, sir. Oh, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining, Miss Fins. I appreciate it. And you said today, so the better line, the better the run game. 100%. Why? Because the line is what's going to establish the holes. So having the line is going to allow. Oh, it looks like we just lost Monty. Monty, you got the link, sir. Go ahead and come on when you get a second. And guys, really quickly, if you want to join in, I saw EM in the chat. Michelle, if you want to take a couple minutes, come up here, girl. I got a few. Let's go ahead and come and have a quick conversation. I'd love to go ahead and pick your brain. We got to have more girls up here. But definitely, feel free to come on. And Mountie, I think you're back. Do we got you back, Mountie?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, good. Because, sir, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know. I think it's on my side.
oh, no worries, no worries. So, look, I'll have real quick said Burrow got it back. Herbert got it back. Carr got it back. Watson got it back. Running Ryan, Ryan Tannehill for sure got it back. That's for sure.
Exactly, exactly.
But we got a few backs. See,
But
I'm
they not
with
it.
more. We're because we're more of a running back by committee. The Colts also have a back in Jonathan Taylor. Let's not forget
Yeah,
him.
but the thing is that the running backs that we have are not that caliber. You understand what I'm saying? They got bona fide running backs that could get them 13, 14, 15, 16, 1700 yards a year. What we have is a bunch of 800-yard running backs. We got a 800-yard running back in Edmonds. We got a 500-yard running back in Moser. We got another 6, 7, 800-yard running back in Gaskin. And then Savon Ahmed, that's about 200 or 300 yards right there.
So together
But
we got about 2,000 yards.
So my question,
no,
Yeah.
no,
my
no.
question. So
What I'm saying is that yeah, I'm not saying that we're going to get 2,000 from all that. What I'm saying is that if they were all starting, you like if we're looking at making them our main back, the most that you're probably going to get out those guys is about 900 yards. You're not going to get 1,200. You're not going to get
Together?
1,300. Say what?
Together. You're saying that together out of all those, we're only
Together,
gonna get about 1,200 yards?
I
No,
say
no,
together, I can see
no.
them getting a together. I can see them probably getting about maybe 14, 1,500 yards, but I don't see 2,000 with that.
Wilson got it back too. I agree. Listen, no, this is gonna be a run heavy offense, and that's what makes the difference. Run heavy means you got to run the ball, man. And so there's no way on earth. I predict that. Okay, we may not get 2,000 out of our running backs because we have
No,
such explosive wide receivers, but I have to tell you, I fully expect to get at least 1,800. I would say that
1,800.
I feel 1,800 to 1,900 is definitely at least because yes, I get it. Now remember, we're also gonna have Waddle possibly coming out the back. We're also might have Tyreek coming out the back. So you're seeing these people. You may also have them as well, part of the running core. You gotta
Mhm.
add those numbers together. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're probably looking at about 1,700 yards. You're probably right about that. I'm not going to take that away from you.
And
But
plus,
my
it's go ahead,
mhm.
go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No,
I'm learning
well,
from you.
I don't think I think we're looking too deep into it as far as the actual. Are we looking at production or are we just looking at yardage?
well,
Because
production
they're
I feel
gonna
like
be
is
running.
yardage too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're gonna be spreading the ball around, so everybody's gonna touch the football, whether it be by handoff or pass or it's just I think it's gonna be a colorful offense in that so feature back is not gonna be just like I mean look at New England. Look at New England. They never really had a featured back.
Nope.
They had
Yeah, but
committee
he
running
had
And
backs.
Tom
a really
Brady.
good
They
one.
had yeah, and he never and then Tom Brady never really had any top flight receivers. He had Randy Moss
Yeah, that one
for
year.
a
You're right.
And then he also
yeah,
had
yeah, for a
AB for a
season.
season.
Yeah, for a season. But prior to that, when they were winning their Super Bowls, running back by committee, Amendola, and
But they were
I
tight
mean they
end
had
heavy. They were running two tight end sets pretty much all the time. So
yeah,
they ran
like
through the tight ends. That's
Uh,
why. They
I
did
mean,
it
but
what other teams didn't do.
what
yeah,
it
you
is
talking
they
about the goat,
where they
man. You talk.
capitalize where they capital me. I'm gonna tell you something. And
You talking about the goat?
look. People look at me crazy when I set my opinion on Tom Brady. First of all, Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
they will.
One time, I will say he's smart. He know how to get rid of the football. Okay, and he knows
You know
where to
how
go.
to
He
read the defense.
understands his offense. He knows where to go with the football
Yes.
when and timely. He doesn't
Yes.
take unnecessary punishment. He's smart.
Yes.
So I don't think as far as ability, yeah, any quarterback that gets time to throw the football, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds to throw the football, you're gonna be phenomenal. I mean, even if you even look at it when we played New England, when we had Ndamukong Suh and Cameron Wake, their offensive linemen, their MO was like, look, Tom Brady does not get hit, period. I don't care if you grab that defensive end and drag him to the ground. Tom Brady does not get hit. But that's the way you got to do it. You got to
There
protect
goes
your
on.
quarter. I don't care if you drag that dude to the ground. He's getting paid big money. Who cares? Get up and dust yourself off. Our quarterback does not get hit. Period.
Guys, give me a second because clearly my background is completely gone. So you guys talk amongst yourself real quick so I can go ahead and make this happen because it's rather embarrassing. So go ahead.
But Mr. Love, I totally get your understanding, my brother. I totally get you. But
No,
Tom
I
Brady,
understand where you're coming from, though. I understand.
and then on top of that, a scheme plays a lot into success and how the flow of the game. Like, I mean, it's scheme. You know, Tom Brady playing New England, they're going to run the football. They're going to run the football, and you're going to get caught up in traffic chasing receivers around them big plays.
Oh, they're gonna set picks. You're right
Oh
about that.
yeah,
They're gonna set picks.
exactly. That's what they do. That's a part of who they are. That's why Amendola and Gronkowski and their receivers getting wide open.
And Wes Welker.
Picks. Yes, pick plays, big plays. They're wide open, and then you're chasing them through traffic. Like somebody's going to get open,
Exactly.
you know. And see, that's the biggest thing about us. See, with all this speed, see, that's all it's going to take is one cut block or one pick play, and Waddle or Tyreek Hill is off to the races.
Yeah, because I could see them running a lot of motion plays, running plays to get Waddle and to get Reek in the open field. You know what I mean? Because I mean, truth be told, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but you know the 100, 200 meter sprinter from Canada, the one that got the gold medal or the gold medal in the 200.
Oh, Bolt or whatever his name is.
No, his name is not Bolt. It's the light skinned guy from Canada. They ran against each other in high school, and the dude from Canada, which has world class speed and a gold medalist, barely beat him.
Who, Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, he barely beat Tyreek in high school, barely.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about the little really skinny guy. I
Yeah, the
remember watching
light-skinned
Vicky
guy
goes from
in
Laying on the
Canada.
Fort because production. We gotta we gotta
Yeah.
deal with it.
Uh,
Yeah, I know who you're
so
talking about. That kid was really fast.
yeah. So Reek got crazy speed. Reek has world class speed. Nobody in the NFL has the kind of speed that he has, right? So for me, if you can run those pick plays, if you can run plays where he's in motion, where nobody gets a hand on him, because if you don't get a hand on Reek and he gets like a running start, it's over. It's over.
And
I don't
Well,
care
and
what
just
you
like
real
got
quick,
out there.
I got a question.
and
'Cause
just,
look,
and,
sorry,
and
Monty,
just
go
like
ahead
I
and finish that.
no, and just like I said earlier, see I never was a real big proponent of track speed, top end speed, because see, either side you're on, you got two guys on you. You got a safety and a corner. Okay, it's the
But he
key is
has
just being
gears.
quick in space.
He got gears. It's the difference between, you're right, because you can have track speed, but that track speed doesn't translate over to football. That's why you don't have a bunch
Exactly.
of track guys playing football. But
Right.
he has gears, so he can slow it up, and then he can speed it up, and then he can cut. He can do all that stuff. He's just an unreal dude. And my thing is, he's the only guy that we have on our offense that is tracking to make a Hall of Fame. He is on
Agree?
a
Yeah,
Hall of Fame
absolutely.
track. He is
Absolutely.
on a Hall of Fame track. And if we can get production out of him that he's had for the last 6 years, for the next 2, 3 years, he's first ballot.
Oh, 100%. And that's one of the things that people forget. Like, guys have aspiration. You want to be in Canton. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to be a Hall of Famer. Um, and having that opportunity to do it again, he's gonna want not just him. We do that with Tyreek. Other players from other teams are gonna want to come because they want to have that opportunity too. Hey, I can get my numbers up in Miami. I can go ahead and pat my stats, so that way I can go ahead and make it to Canton one day. Now, I just want to bring in None Flyer. Welcome. This is definitely the first time because I don't think I've ever seen you here. How you doing, on fire?
You actually
Welcome to Miss
have.
Fins.
Hello, people. How
Wait
are
a
you?
minute.
I am
Who is it?
also more for entertainment. That's
Oh, okay. More for entertainment. See, you
yeah.
guys changed your names. How am I
Well,
supposed
my
to
name.
recognize?
Well, that's the name of the company. This is me,
Ah,
but
got
that's
it, got
the
it,
page. Yeah,
got
yeah.
it, got it. So talk to me. What do you think about the pressers and what do you think about the draft so far? What do you think we're gonna get position wise?
I am of the mind of f them draft picks, man. If we can get quality experience, bro, let's get quality experience. Like we've been playing with draft picks for too long and all of that. So I really don't care about the draft. At least not this year because we really ain't got no position. Um, so
Okay.
I get rid of them all and get closer to
To the
the
second
promised
round.
land with some experience. You know what I mean? Man, f them draft picks.
I get it. I get it.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
I'm right there with you.
We did address a lot. We did address a lot in free agency. So
Right,
drafting this year is not really
It's a
that big a
luxury.
deal.
It's a
right.
luxury, honestly.
Yeah,
And not even that with
it's
our
depth.
position. Not even that with where we are in the draft, with the exception of the third round pick, we pretty much sunk. Like this is all about
Yeah.
just filling roster spots at that point.
And the 2 7s, let's be real, those are camp
Right,
bodies. So
right. That's what I'm
we really
saying.
don't have 2 7s. Let's be real. Is
We
if we
really
have the third and the fourth, that's it.
we can't
Now,
do much.
granted, he has hit on third and fourth rounders in the last couple of drafts. So those are still valuable because of the way that Grier runs his draft team. With the scouts and everybody else. So it's still potential that his may be the third round or fourth round, but it'll probably be better picked than what somebody may have at a second or first. So.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what we're going after, I think we can hit perhaps on what we're going after. Um,
Oh,
but I
real
mean,
quick. MCJB, thank you so much. It looks like you're in a Marlins game, but you wanted to say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Say hi to MCJB.
hello,
He's
MCJB.
phenomenal. Listen, he's a rapper. He's amazing. You guys can catch his stuff with Miami Sports Fanatic Show. He's got this really nice track with Solo D. Amazing. And I know they play it as their outro every night. But thank you, MCJB, for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Anybody else, real quick? I dropped the link. If you want to go ahead and join, we've got None Flyer, Mountie Fans. We got Love. You got obviously Miss Fins here. And this is Miss Fins. This is my channel. This is our channel. And we're so close to 250 guys. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get to 250 because we're so close. We just need, I think, like 12 more subscribers to get to 500. So as you see, hit the like button, guys. Share it. YouTube.com/MissFans. Super
Run it up,
easy, super simple. And also
run
follow
it
me on
up.
social media. Man, I'm on YouTube, obviously. Twitter, you guys can catch me breaking news. You can catch me my throwback Thursdays, like a lot of stuff that you can get on Twitter. You also catch me on Instagram as well. Everywhere, Miss Fins. And I will say this because I've been asked before, and that's the only reason why I'm saying it. And no, you don't have to do it. But if you feel like you want to go donate to the channel, feel free and I'll be happy. Obviously, it's gonna all go back as you see my production in the back. We're doing what we can right now, which is why we want to get to 1,000 subscribers. But yes, all of my stuff, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of that is in the description below. And guess what? Even $1, it's appreciated, but not necessary. I actually need more subscribers. So guys, like and subscribe and share, okay? And welcome again to Miss Fins. And we're having a phenomenal panel. So sorry, I didn't mean to, reset, but I had to. So, non-flyer. Continue with what you were saying, sir, about the draft. Obviously, you don't care about the draft. That's where you left off. Non-flyer. Bueller. Bueller. I guess he can't. Can you guys hear me? Do we not? Mountie,
Yeah, I
love,
can
you
hear
can hear
you.
me?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, none. When you can hear, you back? Non-flyer, you here? Okay. I mean, you're unmuted, non-flyer. If you can hear me, wave. Just kidding, because I can't see you. But definitely like and subscribe, obviously. But love, while we wait for non-flyer, non-flyer, let me know when you're ready, and then unmute yourself, and we can continue about it. As far as the rest, when it comes to the team, do you like? I'm gonna ask you about free agency. What we've done so far in free agency, because like Monty said, we have addressed a lot in free agency. So what? How would you grade free agency?
I give
A,
us a
B, C,
solid.
D, F.
Yeah, I give us a solid B. I think it's a solid B. I think that getting Teron Armstead was huge. I think the trade for Reek was big. I think getting somebody like Chase Edmonds is good. I really don't see him as a starter. I do see him as a backup running back because if he was starter caliber, then they would have paid that. Then Arizona would have paid that money to Chase and not Connor. You
That is
understand what I'm
true.
saying? You understand what I'm saying? So for me,
Hmm.
for me, the reason why I give us a B, and I like the Connor Williams guy, the guy from Dallas, right?
Yes,
And
he's our guard, our right, left guard.
yeah,
No, no, right,
yeah,
left guard. Yes.
yeah, left guard. So I like him, and I like the fact that we pretty much brought everything back on defense. So I give us a solid B as far as free agency. The only reason why I didn't give us an A is because we really didn't address the running back position the way I thought we should. But really, to be
Really?
honest with you, I don't think that there was really a running back out there that we could have got. That I thought that was all that anyway. So I'm hoping that we can find something in the draft, some kind of gem somewhere that nobody really knows about, or somebody falls down to us in the draft that we can pick up that could come in and start, and then that can get the 225, 250 carries, and then get the 1,200, 1,200 yards a year,
So
or better.
you don't want a committee. You want a bell cow.
Oh, I mean, well, I said, I mean, I said, you only do committee if you have to. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it. To me, doing committee when you don't have to, excuse me,
No worries.
committee is cool, right? I can understand committee. You do it
Fresh
when you got
legs
to
are
do
nice.
it. Just like the whole thing with running Debo last year. Only reason why Debo got the run plays last year towards the end was because of injuries. They did that out of necessity, out of desperation. That was not some genius thing that it was like, oh man, but they're not going to see this coming. They're like, oh man, we ain't got no running backs. We need to do something. Oh, we got Debo. Debo could do it, and they threw Debo back there. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that game went. So for me, I think getting a nice running back that can actually start and that can give us the 200, 250 solid carries, that can average 5 yards a carry in this offense, that can give us 1,200, 12 to 1,500 yards a year. I mean, just like a Jonathan Taylor, just like an Eckler, just like all the quarterback. Burrow, he got a great quarterback, great running back. They got a great running back over there for the Browns. Got a great running back for Indianapolis. All these young quarterbacks and all the great quarterbacks or playoff quarterbacks, they have good running backs. They got running backs that can tote the ball more than 200 times a year. We got running backs that's probably going to get it about 150.
But that's because we have multiple ones, though, love. That's
Yeah,
the
we
main
got
reason
multiple
why.
running backs, but that's by necessity. What I'm saying is, yeah, you're right. We got multiple running backs, but I mean, why? But why do that if you don't have to do it?
Well,
Why
you have to
put
also
yourself in that
understand too.
position?
It's hard to get players. I mean, let's be real. I mean, it wasn't easy. We weren't even looking for Tyreek. He just came out of nowhere, became available. And if you guys don't know what the timeline when it comes to Tyreek, it was actually at the beginning of free agency that Grier caught wind of Tyreek being a possibility. An entire week went by, them trying to figure things out, trying to, work everything out. It took them 2 weeks solid. And then, yeah. And then we get out of nowhere. It just happened within less than an hour of the rumor coming in. Tyreek to Miami, Tyreek to the Jets. Tyreek has signed with the Miami Dolphins. It was like that. I was live. It was in the morning. I was in the morning clock blockers with Stephen D. It was insane. But it doesn't always happen that way. So maybe we were looking for a bell cow, but we probably couldn't get one. Another thing, too, to consider, this type of scheme requires for you to run so heavy. You don't want to run so many miles on them tires either. You know what I mean? You're gonna
Right.
want to
Exactly.
have those
Committee,
fresh legs,
committee.
like
Right.
Mountie said
They
earlier. It's a lot. It's you're pounding it. So you doing that to one person. Let's be real. Um,
I'm not talking
let's
400
see.
carries. I'm talking about 250.
Yes, but
I'm
even
I
not
so,
mean,
saying
even
400.
250 in
even in the
today's
grand scheme, right?
NFL.
In the grand scheme, right? The bell cow is cute. Yeah, that's great. But with our scheme, it is completely unnecessary. Completely
Have
unnecessary.
a bell cow?
Because
Yeah.
we're gonna have ridiculous yards after catch. Boy, our yak is gonna be ridiculous. We're gonna run these
and it's
dudes
and, it- and it's
out the
and it's
planet.
gonna make Tua. It's gonna make Tua look. It's gonna make
Great.
his numbers look exponential because of the
Yeah,
yards after
Right.
the
absolutely.
catch.
Now, real quick, I do want to say hi, Donald.
But
Thank you so much for joining. Real quick, appreciate you always supporting, man. You and your wife are amazing. So thank you so much for joining to checking us out here. But he actually made some good points. Miss Finns sounded like TD was correct assessing to his development and play, while Greer confirmed on the job training is taking place with him being first time GM, growing pens but solid job. He also said that Greer should manage to sign J.C. Treader or make a trade for Saquon Barkley. That will be a solid A plus in Donald's eye. Now, as just to address real quick what he said, yes, Tua's definitely was developmental because of his injury. And as far as Greer being first time GM, I would say first time GM of him having full control versus him actually having to be under other control. Now, as far as Saquon, no, I don't want Saquon. He's hurt.
no,
At
We already
all.
last week got hurt
At
no
Yeah, I'm good on
Saquon, and
hurt
Saquon.
players. But JC
I doubt if
Treader,
he want to come here.
yes.
yes,
I did it.
but guys, I don't know if you guys have heard this, and I've heard this before in multiple places. Apparently he's got a major injury, which is why he hasn't signed with anybody.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Achilles
JC
heel.
Treader?
I didn't know that. We
Achilles
don't
heel.
we don't
Talking
need
about
no
Treader?
injuries
And
either.
Treader. And that's what I've been hearing. And
We don't
at
need
this
Makes
that.
sense.
point, that makes sense as to why he hasn't signed with anybody because it could be he got surgery and he's rehabbing, so he doesn't want to like show that he's obviously injured and rehabbing. But if that's the case, would you still want to sign him? Because I'm a
Nope.
firm believer of I'm tired of signing injured
I'm with
players,
you.
man. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
we're
with
not
you.
always
feeling that.
getting a bargain basement, but I'm tired of bargain. I'm done with bargaining. Like I really want somebody that's solid, and that's why I say no to Saquon either. Not that I don't love him. I love Saquon, phenomenal talent, but he had one solid year of amazingness, and then just injury, injury, injury. He hasn't been the same since.
And
Now,
the
can
year
he
ain't gonna
come?
get no
And then
easier.
and then and
He
then on
can,
top of that,
but
he's gonna want to be featured back. He's gonna want to be a
exactly,
featured back, and he's just too injury prone. And
Hmm.
then yeah, he's gonna be
that's the
one.
issue.
He doesn't want to come here to be a part of a committee. He wants to be featured.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's injury prone. So, do you even? Why would you want to be featured? I get it. You could make more money, more endorsement deals. But he got
That's
Campbell.
what it's all.
He's good.
That's what it. But that's what it's all about.
Yeah, but
If
at
they
the end
don't
of the
get a
day,
certain
if he's
amount of
gonna,
carries, if they
You,
don't
you
get a certain amount of carries and certain amount of yardage, it affects their paycheck.
We
I
get that
get that.
Super Bowl, I guarantee you all the endorsements will come.
Guys, have
So
you not
whoever gets
noticed
back
that
there,
AT&T commercial with what's his name from the Rams, the QB, Stafford? Have you seen it? Have you guys
no,
seen that AT&T commercial?
No, not
Please,
yet.
somebody. Wait a minute. Stop it. Do not tell me. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up because it's that good. And to be honest with you guys, to me, I was like, this is honestly, I'm happy for him. To me, he's always been one of my favorite. I already said when he was in the Lions, like this guy is way too good to be so what do you call it? So
restrained.
yes, by what he had. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I'm gonna share it because to me this is too hilarious for me, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. So just bear with me real quick, because again, I'm learning how to share this stuff, guys, and it's a learning experience. But let me see here. Tab, nope, Lily and AT&T. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it real quick, guys. Let me put on the sound. You let me know if you can hear it.
When I'm out for March Madness, you'll cover phone trades. People can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right. Yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life changing.
Get a free Samsung
You
Galaxy
see that? Like to me, I had to because I just thought it was so adorable to me. And that's what happens when you get a deal. When you actually get a deal and you actually you're able to go ahead and win the Super Bowl. Look at what happens to your life. But he's right. He loved those 12 years in Detroit, but they just didn't put a team around it. He had Megatron, to me one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, but he didn't have the team around him as a support. So to me, it was still hilarious. So I don't know. What did you guys think of that commercial? Because I thought it was super cute. Guys, can you hear me?
Man.
Meh.
Definitely well
Really?
written.
Really?
It was
I
It was
mean,
definitely well
so
written.
cute.
I got a lot of
It was well
respect for
written.
Stafford. I think
Yes, sir.
Stafford. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, buddy. I'll take you out. I got a lot of respect for Stafford. Stafford put up great numbers, historical numbers over there at Detroit. They
Hmm.
gave him an opportunity to get out of Detroit and go to the Rams, and he won a Super Bowl. I'm very happy for him. Um, I mean, really, to be honest with you, up until he got the Super Bowl ring, I thought he was kind of overrated. Um,
No,
Oh,
yeah,
really? I
yeah,
thought
I
no. What
did. I
he
look
did.
what
kept
he
I
did
was
it
keeping
with
the
one of
the
those.
team.
conversation afloat.
I
They
said
ran
I was
Megatron
one of
off and
those.
he
He was a
stayed.
stat patter. I'm like, he's just a stat patter. He just get numbers, but he don't get W's. He don't get wins. So he shut me up. I was one of his critics. So I'm one of the critics that he shut up by
Hey,
winning the
it
Super Bowl. Yeah,
takes
he
a
shut
big
me up.
man. But it takes a big man to admit that. So I'm glad that you actually said that. Now, really quickly, Donald came back and said the only reason I'm interested in Saquon in his injuries are due to playing on turf. The natural grass in Miami will allow him to plant and cut as his game requires. Well, I agree.
Um,
Natural grass, when it comes to injuries, is way better than turf.
um,
We all know they're hitting cement. And my brother, he played on turf and natural grass, so I've seen the difference. I've played in the difference, and it's definitely better in natural grass than it is in turf. But he's still too injury prone for my liking as a
and
feature back. That's the only thing
and
I
al-
say about Saquon.
and also, uh, he's already hurt, so playing in grass ain't go heal him.
No, but it'll be better on him in his recovery for sure. He'll be
But
able to you to. It'll be a better. How do I put it? It's better for his knees and his legs being on natural grass because it'll absorb his power versus turf. You're just getting boom, you're getting that right back. And all
right,
that shock back to the body, that's where the injuries come. A lot of people don't understand, man. This whole sports what is medicine? It's intense. And I was an athlete. Well, I've been an athlete my entire life, and trust me, because I still play golf. But injuries definitely. can hurt. And if you don't know how to take care of your body or use the proper tools, it'll either hurt you, or if you use the right ones, it'll definitely benefit you. So by having natural grass will definitely help him more than having turf. So I get, Donald, why you would say that, but I don't know. I still, it's just the injuring part of me that, hey, did anybody think that after that major disgusting injury that Adrian Peterson had, pretty much had no leg, came back and do 2,000 yards? Did anybody see that? Be real.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, but that's Adrian
Yeah,
Peterson.
yeah.
Adrian Peterson is a different breed, though.
And I was just gonna get to that. Different breed. Not every player is built the same. So not every player's recovery or their comeback is gonna be the same, which is why I can't say the same thing about Saquon like I could with Peterson. So that's the only reason why I'm a little off with him. But guys, I have a question for you guys since I have you here, and I really want to get to know you guys. As far as when it comes to Tua, QB1, do you think he has more pressure now or less pressure than he did before? And B, why? Let's start with love, and then I'll go down for the rest of
All right, cool, cool, cool. For me, Tua has, I think he has less pressure, and the reason why I say that,
you.
because he has coaching. He has coaching that believe in him. So the pressure out the building is out. They got talent. You know, he got Rig, he got Waddle, he got Kaseki back. They did, even though I do believe our running back room is a bunch of other running backs, a bunch of other guys. I say, but
Okay.
it's an upgrade from what we had before. So,
Thank you.
uh, yeah, it's an upgrade. I don't know about Mostert. I really don't consider Mostert an upgrade because I think he was like a third or fourth back in San Francisco. So I really don't consider him an upgrade like that, to be honest with
Okay.
you. But Chase Edmonds is a good. Chase Edmonds is a solid number two. And let's see. So for me, there's less pressure because
Okay.
the pressure that he had the last couple of years from Flo or the coaching staff having a inexperienced offensive coordinators, having an inexperienced offensive line, having an inexperienced offensive line coach, coming off a serious injury. This guy, to me, based on his numbers, if you take his numbers and you could put his numbers up pretty much against all the great quarterbacks as far as the first couple of years, and he's right there with them, right? If not done, if not better, outside of, let's say, a Dan Marino or what Burrow and Herbert did. Those are exceptions. But if you're looking at Drew Brees or other quarterbacks, I mean, his numbers are right there, if not better, as far as the first couple of years in the NFL. So dealing with everything he had to deal with, and he still come out with a 13-8 record. Playing with had wide
Hey, hey,
receivers. He had wide receivers
others.
that couldn't get separate. Can you hear me? He had wide receivers that couldn't get separation. For the life, to save their lives. So he had to throw in the tight windows. Everybody like, well, they didn't get Yak. His ball placement was bad. No, actually, they couldn't
Oh,
get open.
no, 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 no. There's a difference between college and NFL Open. Okay.
Yeah.
And no, 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 no. I'm gonna stop you right there,
Wait,
and I'm
wait.
gonna push back
No, push
because
back. That's fine. That's fine.
being open, it literally means maybe 2, 3 yards. That's NFL type open.
No, that's
College is
wide
like
open.
15.
2-3 yards is wide open. You probably talking about 2-3 inches.
Well, fine. 2, 3 inches, but they weren't 2, 3 inches. They were maybe a yard away.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Ball placement is huge because if he
You're right.
actually were to play, if he were actually last year, there's so many plays where if he would have thrown in stride. I'm talking about, everybody wants to talk about how Gesicki didn't have
He had yards, but
uh
he didn't have touchdowns. I
he
was
didn't
straight
have
with his
Yak. Well,
yards,
guess what? How you gonna
but
have
he
Yak if
disappeared
you
in the red zone. He disappeared in
First
the
of all,
red
stop.
zone.
He got hit once in the helmet and missed that one pass, and everybody wants to say he disappeared. Get out of here. Listen,
He
when you gotta
disappeared in
do
the
this,
end
no, no,
zone.
no, 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 love.
Yeah, he did.
Listen,
He's six
if you
six,
gotta do, if you gotta
250.
literally
Got
do
a
360
36 inch
to
vertical
catch
and had 2 touchdowns in the end
to,
zone.
to catch a ball, you gotta do all this to catch a ball. Come on, man, get out of here. What are you talking about? That
Man,
ball
I thought he was.
placement. No, if Tua would have actually, and that's why I love him. And yes, well, guys, everybody, Vanjo, how you doing, sir? What'd you miss? We talked about, like you saw in the title, we talked about Grier and the
Von
press conference.
Jizzy.
To Vanjo, I dropped the link, sir. I expect you to come up here because we need to talk Dolphins. So come up here, and
Yeah,
while I
come up here,
school
Von
love
Jizzy.
real quick, because no. Ball placements is extremely important because even Waddle, if he would have hit Waddle in a stride, there were so many times that Waddle could have gotten maybe an extra 10, 15 yards. But no, because again, Waddle has to do this ridiculous, like reaching up here
Now,
or having to
now, Miss
come back.
Vance.
Even the Devontae
Now,
Parker had to do it.
Miss
Come on.
Vance, I don't disagree with you, Miss Vance. But but Waddle also was one of the leaders in drop balls last year too.
Everybody wants to talk
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
he had drop
But he's still
balls.
breaking records though.
Drop balls.
No, not
But
at
it's
all.
true. He was
He's
one of the
still
leaders
breaking
in drop
records though.
balls last year.
Not
It's
at all.
true.
I'm dropping
And
balls, but
and when it come to
I'm
my
dropping
quarterback,
balls because they're back here.
when it
Because
come to my
they're
quarterback,
up here.
when it come to my quarterback, y'all
Because they're
get my
3
man in
yards in
line.
front of me.
Get my man in line to where he got more than a couple seconds to throw the ball,
Stop it
and I
with the
guarantee you
line.
we'll have some
You
Stop
placement.
it
feel me?
with the
You
line.
feel
Guarantee
me?
you have some
I'm with my
placement.
man. Go let the man talk. Go ahead,
No,
brother.
none
When
flyer.
we protect that man, I bet you we get some placement. We
Listen,
gonna light
listen.
some
That you
shit
can
up
say
if
that
we can
about
protect
every
that man.
QB. You can say that about
Right.
every
That's my
QB.
point. That's the
But
point.
no, no, no,
And
no, no,
then
no. What he can control is his ball placement. Period. And it wasn't
he
there.
can. He can.
It
It's
wasn't
all about
there
mechanics and
consistently.
time. It's
It
all
was
about
not there
mechanics and time.
consistently.
Because if you
I'm
constantly
gonna
having
look.
to worry about
I'm
getting
gonna.
crashed on, it's kind of
I'm
hard
gonna.
to
I'm
place
gonna
the
tell.
ball where you want to. It's just
I'm gonna
kind of
tell. I'm
hard.
gonna tell
I mean,
y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all both. This is what it is. The RPO and those alignments were a detriment to our production. First of all, when you're doing an RPO, especially when those tight formations, you're bringing 8 men in the box. You're crowding the line of scrimmage. You're crowding the short yardage area, and it's hard to complete anything either midfield or anything deeper because everybody's got a block. Everybody got to keep Tua on his feet. That's why what it is he, instead of doing 3-step drops, he probably need to do 5-step drops.
my man need to be able to sit back there and pick that shit up,
No,
pick him
no, no,
out.
no. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I need to do the rules, guys, because I know you guys are new here. This is a family show. Miss Fins is a family show. I have little kids and little siblings that watch my show, so please, we keep it
Oh,
PG over here, okay?
apologies.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. You get the one warning, you know. So, but please keep it PG because we have to be able to go ahead and keep it. Kids watch it, so we have to keep it PG for the kids, you know. So it's for the children. Now let me introduce real quick. Shake Money, welcome, sir. Shake Money and Von Joe. Thank you guys for joining.
What is up? It
Somebody.
is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
Yo,
Yes,
Shake,
it
what it
is.
is, Miss Fins?
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing?
How you
I
guys
am
doing? How you
shocked
guys
and
doing?
I was doing fine until I listened and was shocked and appalled by Love's take.
Oh,
What do
I
wait a
you?
am
minute, Von
appalled.
Jizzy. You
Okay.
talk about my
Are
take.
we?
Is that right?
Yes,
Well, let me hear
yes,
what
I
you
am
got to say, Von
appalled,
Jizzy.
sir. I am appalled, sir. Are we really gonna talk about Tua's ball placement? Like it was A1?
Go
Like we didn't
ahead.
see like ball play, and I had to address this last night also. Like ball placement doesn't affect our receivers' yaks. When our receivers have you ever been
Dude, them
running a one?
cats couldn't get
Hold
open,
on,
Van Jeezy.
hold on. If
They
you're running
had,
one, hold
man,
on.
according
Have you
to
ever
Pro
seen
Football Focus or PFF, our wide
that they're
receivers,
Muppets?
I said our wide receivers couldn't get open, and they were the worst in the league at getting open.
Nope,
So if you
nope.
can't get open, how in the world are you going to get yak? And you can't
Okay,
blame that on that man.
I could say this, that the reason why our receivers probably didn't look as open is that they had to slow down their route and reach back for balls. You
I
act
mean,
like
that
these
happens
DBs
from
are not
time to time. That happens with every quarterback, but Jizzy.
okay. So then you
But
have
I watch the games though. I watch the
to
games
leave.
just like you watch the
Also,
games.
so you see our receivers jumping up and leaving their feet to catch balls also.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times, yes. And I've seen our receivers drop
Exactly. So
balls
if
too.
you
That hit them
but
right
if
there
you
in the
accumulate,
head.
I know, but we're talking about yaks. This is yards after the catch, right? So we're not talking about drop balls. We're talking about yaks.
Mountie, real
Exactly.
quick.
So
Mountie, I'm gonna put you in the back so I can get Cap for life in real quick, and I'm gonna bring you right back. Okay? So stay with
okay.
me. I just need to put you
So
back real quick, and I'm gonna bring you right back. Go ahead,
so
Vonjo.
brother, when you have to reach back, it breaks your momentum. When you have to
It
leave your
does.
feet, it breaks your momentum. These are other world-class athletes that's on the defensive side also that are just as fast. So they close. So again, when it comes to Waddle not getting yaks, I give that to Tua's ball placement. Right. And we saw the frustration on some of our receivers.
I mean, I hear you.
We saw that.
Listen,
when it comes to
welcome Cap for life real
DVP,
quick.
hold on. When it comes to okay, go ahead.
Cap, how you doing, sir? Welcome. We're gonna talk about DVP in a second, Vaughn, but I just have Cap here. I want him to say hello real quick. How you doing, Cap? Thank you for joining Miss Finch tonight.
No, hey, thank you for the time, and yeah, hope everybody's having a good TGIF, man. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued by this yak talk. Let me just chop on this popcorn. Continue, please.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead,
when it comes to
Vonjo.
DVP not getting yaks, listen, we
can't
keep
get
acting
open.
like DVP was this yak person.
No, he's
DVP
not.
is a
No, he
50-50
wasn't.
receiver. He came into the league.
Yes,
What?
sir.
DVP was not used
Yes,
as
sir.
a 50-50 receiver in Miami?
Yes, he was.
I'm not talking
He
about
was
in
the only big
college,
body
but
on
when
the
he came to
field.
Miami, he was used as a 50-50 jump ball receiver where he high points the ball. That's what he was specialized in. When you're a 50-50 receiver, the reason why it's 50-50 is that there's a chance that 50% chance that the DB will get it and 50% chance that you will get it. And the only reason that's that is that it has to be they're close. So DVP was not a separation type of receiver when he came here. We never used him as a separation type of receiver. He was our 50-50 jump, get the high point the ball. And if the DB's there, I don't expect you to, if you're 50-50 receiver, I don't expect for you to get a lot of yaks. Point blank and simple.
Right. You get
So
Listen, guys,
what
real
are we
quick,
really talking
get on the
about?
floor. I'll be right back.
So I'm like,
so let me say this
what
right
are we
quick.
really talking about now? Come on.
Let me say this right quick. In order to even be efficient in getting open, you have to be efficient at running routes. And none of our receivers were efficient at that, but Jalen Waddle. That is exactly why he broke records. So with Tyreek Hill, it's going down.
But here's the
Well,
thing.
one of the reasons Waddle,
separation all
one
day.
thing.
They
one
scheme
thing.
for Waddle to be open like that. Come on, guys, let's not do that. Come on.
Well, the reason Waddle was open like that, not to mention just his quickness, but he's running option routes the whole game.
But he runs great routes.
Hold on, we got an echo somewhere.
Somebody's watching and listening.
Okay, go ahead. There we go.
Yakety yak.
We up.
Yeah, we good. Go ahead.
Yeah, Waddle.
Who we lost?
Hey, what happened, Miss Vance? You sound like you
underwater,
like in another room or something.
There you go. Oh no.
Miss
You
Vance?
guys good? Yeah. I'm here. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
My question
Okay,
is,
now we
doesn't
had-
anybody
yeah, we had a little echo, but
doesn't
it looked like it
anybody
got
think
sorted out.
about? Does anybody think about the fact that last season a lot of throws were overthrown to like Kurt Merritt, Lynn Bowden, Jakeem Grant? I mean, is this not affect your mindset of thinking, damn, we got a lot of short guys here. Don't we need a 50-50 guy? And do you feel like, Wilson is that 50-50 guy? Or am I just like, okay, well, we'll be okay with these small guys that are speedsters?
Well, we can still have Preston Williams, and we still have Mike Gesicki.
We have Preston Williams for like 3 games.
Yeah,
the
that's
funny
not a
thing
lot
is,
to say.
It's so
Cedric
true.
Wilson,
Let's not
the
lie.
thing is, Cedric Wilson is a speedster where he can stretch the field, but at the same time, when you get into the red zone, he's 6'2", so he can high point the ball as well. So that's what made me a little more comfortable.
Gesicki, nobody beats his high point. Nobody beats Gesicki's high point. Maybe DVP, but even then, I mean, you can't even compare. It's insane. His high point.
love
And
our
the
tight
man is
end.
catching in. What do you call it? He's catching in. Oh, I'm hearing feedback.
Oh, my bad. Hey, and don't forget, you still have Durham Smythe, which him and Tua have great chemistry together, even better than Gesicki. No offense to you, Miss Vince.
No,
Hey, but you know
nobody
what though?
takes offense.
But I like Miss Finn's question, right? Miss Finn's asked us, do we feel like he has more pressure or less pressure? Now, my philosophy or my theory is he has less pressure because he got all the issues as far as
I
the
disagree.
coaching issues
I
are
disagree
out.
1000%.
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him
He got
finish.
less
Let him
pressure.
finish.
Hold up. Let me finish. I'm going to wrap this up real quick because I know I've been talking a lot, but I just want to reiterate my points. Number one, he has less pressure because he doesn't have flow in his behind all the time over BS, right? He doesn't have that whole thing with Deshaun Watson hanging over his head. He has an organization that's behind him 100%, right? So that's less pressure. He has less pressure because he has more talent on offense and he has a better offensive line. So for me, when you talk about pressure is when you have to do everything yourself and you got a whole bunch of things that you have to overcome, right? He has less things to overcome, and then he has better players around him in order to spread the ball around and to spread that pressure, right? So for me, he has less pressure. Now you can go ahead and go.
I'm going to say I disagree with you. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Hold on.
Pressure
hold on, BJ, hold on, because I was going to answer that first. And I feel like for somebody to say to me, thanks a lot, bro. I'm going to be real quick. For me to say that there's no pressure when we haven't made the playoffs.
I think he has less pressure. It's a difference. There's always pressure in the sport.
Okay.
He has less pressure than he had the past couple of years.
Let's put it like this. Less pressure with a team that's pretty much stacked, like you said. So the capital that we pretty much collected throughout the past year is irrelevant if we're saying that he's stacked with all this talent. Now, if we're talking about pressure busts pipes, and making the playoffs is pressure. So you're telling me we're going to make the playoffs this season?
Man, to me, I'm going to tell you who got pressure. McDaniel got pressure. Because the reason why McDaniel got pressure is because hold on, brother. I'm talking. I'm gonna let you talk. Let me finish, and I'll
keep it cordial, guys. Remember, keep it cordial.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a gentleman and a scholar. All right. For me, right, in my opinion, the person that has pressure on him this year is McDaniel, and the reason why he got pressure.
Just got here?
Yeah. You know why he got pressure?
As opposed to the guy who's been here for 3 years?
You know why he got pressure? The reason why he got pressure
that don't make sense,
is because
Let him talk, Cap.
Yeah, the reason why he has pressure, because if you think about what Tua had to deal with for the past 2 years, as far as not having an O-line, as far as dealing with all the drama he had to deal with inside the building, all that is gone, and he still went 13-8. Almost took us to the playoff. And so for me, if McDaniel can't have a winning record with the talent that's been put around Tua this year, that is a serious indictment on him and his coaching staff.
That's I don't buy it.
Can I address it? Let me address it.
In the tailpipe, bro. I'm not.
Real quick,
if Flo could go 13-8 with him, then McDaniel should be able to go 15-8 or 20-8.
At least. But real quick, guys, Fred posted a great question real quick, and just to reset, guys, I just want to take a moment real quick and say thank you to Emax for sponsoring today's video. He actually donated to the channel, so thank you so much, Emax. He's watching. I appreciate it because look at the background, guys, and guess what? We're no longer in the regular free StreamYard, guys. We upgraded, so I appreciate that. $25 donation was awesome. So thank you so much. You see, we're upgrading, guys. Every day we're getting better. So thank you, everybody. Like, subscribe. Again, this is Miss Vince. But I just want to say, Emax, thank you so much for the donation because it really goes, as you can see, it goes a long way. So, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. But going back to Fred's question here, whatever happened to throwing wide receivers open? Guys, that's valid 1,000%. You have to throw the wide receiver. That is 100% ball placement. There is no what do you call it? It's not just about being open as a wide receiver, obviously with the way that they run their routes, but it's also about leading the player. And I'm just gonna say this because I know people. I don't know if
You
you've
can
heard this
lead
before
them
or
as
not.
far. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
No, but the
but
thing is,
throwing them
come on, you want to get yak, yo, you have to lead your player. There's no way someone's gonna get
Yeah, I
yak.
can lead
You're
you, but
coming back here.
if you can't get separation, then what's that?
No,
Right, it's
no,
a
you
mixture
can
of a
still
lot of
you can
things.
still lead them open. You can still lead them
You
open.
can still lead them open.
Not
You
if
can
you can't
definitely
make
lead
them.
them
You can lead
but
Reese
but
open.
But to lead a
in this
receiver open,
system,
that's an elite trait. That's an elite
yeah,
trait.
but in this system, all that's going to be somewhat of a moot point
So
because of
No, you're right. You're right.
the route combinations are going to be totally different. You're going to have bunch formations. You're going to have spread formations. You're going to
But
have
that's still, wait,
crossing patterns.
whoa. But that's still you still could throw your receiver open.
You
no, your
can, but
receivers
they're going to be
when you
open.
throw a
They're going to
receiver
be open
open,
on their own.
when you
But
right, you
Jeezy,
cannot if he being
Miss Spence said like earlier that they're going to pretty much run a lot of the same concepts that they ran in Alabama, and they got the talent to be able to do that. The only thing they don't have that he had at Alabama is a bona fide bell cow running back. He did have
bona
that
fide
when he was at
bell cow running
Alabama,
back.
but he
That's
got
true,
speed
but
everywhere. He got speed everywhere as far as the offense.
All
So
the
as far
receivers
as
made Alabama's offense.
what's that? Go ahead.
The receivers made Alabama offense. They
Oh
had
man, that running
3
game,
different
baby.
quarterbacks
That
and
running
about
game, baby.
5 receivers that came out of that motherfucker, and all of them from that
guys,
all of them from the
guys,
first round.
we
That
arguing semantics right now because Alabama offense was an NFL team playing college kids. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
that's
It's a
true.
junior NFL team
We
for
are
That's
sure.
true.
exactly.
Yeah,
We
you
arguing
you
semantics.
you had the best in
That's true.
college football on Alabama.
When
That's
your
true.
entire line goes in the
In the
first
first
round,
round? Come on.
then
And all
yes,
your receivers.
you're a junior college team. Let's be real.
And how
That's
many
why.
receivers
That's
went in the first
another.
round?
All of them, almost.
Exactly. Come on.
I
Why are
think
we arguing
12,
here?
if
We're
I'm not
arguing
mistaken.
All
semantics.
of them.
nobody's arguing. What we saying, what my man said earlier is that this argument about him being able to throw receivers open is a mute point because you got a different coaching staff. They're gonna call different plays in different situations.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna run different routes in different situations. They're gonna run crossing patterns. They're gonna run pick plays. They're gonna do all that kind of stuff like that. They're gonna be able to run the ball, and when you're able to run the ball, then that helps out the passing game, and that'll help your receivers get open. So my thing is, so we could talk about
Look,
what happened for the past couple of years. We know Tua was dealing with an injury. We talking about a hip injury, and his core wasn't as strong as we wish it could have been for him to make certain kind of plays. But he's getting stronger and stronger every year. He's getting stronger
so
and stronger every year. So
so
this
love.
year is his 3rd year, and 3 years removed from his injury, he should be a lot
Mm-hmm.
better.
And that's where the pressure comes in. So I want to address
Yeah,
that
but he
pressure
got less
conversation.
pressure though, Doc.
Bingo!
He got
Hold
pressure.
on.
He got
Let me address
pressure,
it.
Hold on,
No,
hold
but
on,
not
hold on,
more
hold on. I
pressure.
want to say something real quick.
Can I just
About
address
look,
that pressure situation?
I'll go for it. Now I'll rebuttal
Go
afterwards.
on, Joe,
Okay.
first, and then Shake Money.
We
Shake
gotta
Money. Take me off because it sounds like you have me on in your background. Yeah.
Okay. So I would say it's not. You can't say he has less pressure. I would say it's but you can say it's a different type of pressure, right? You can say the pressure changed where the pressure in game he has more help now. But at the end of the day, his accountability, it's almost like that old Batman, not Batman, geez, Spider-Man. Uncle Ben says, with great power comes great responsibility. Now you're responsible for a whole lot more. So you're responsible for your performance to equate all this talent that you have around you. I.e., you cannot, now you have no more excuses. You can't, nobody
blame
can
the
fall
coaches
back.
forever.
Exactly. No,
Nobody blame the coaches.
But hold on, guys,
Nobody's
let me
making
finish.
excuses for Tua.
Let me
He went
finish my
13
statement.
and 8, but Dizzy.
Wait,
me
let
finish
him
my
finish
statement.
because then I got Shake Money and then you can go.
So you no longer could sit there and say, hey, the offense wasn't tailored to you, because it truly is. You can't say you didn't have weapons, because you do. You can have offensive weapons now, and the offensive weapons are tailored to your style. So you have to perform. Now, the pressure comes in where, yeah, you don't have Watson hovering over you no more. But the thing is, here's the funny thing. Now you have the rest of the league hovering over you, because you tell me what other quarterback wouldn't love to be in this position and come for your job. So if you can't get the job done, you have a different type of pressure, because at the end of the day, this is still the NFL. This is still other players trying to eat, still trying to make a living. So at the end of the day, yeah, everybody is vying for your job, because everybody want to start. Everybody want to be on the best team. I.e., Lamar Jackson is going to be a free agent next year. I'm done.
You just have to throw that. Okay, let me let
I'm done.
Shake Money. Shake Money real quick, because I know you definitely have something to say, and I want you to be able to get in. So go ahead, Shake Money, but make sure you turn off the YouTube.
I got you. All right, check this out. First thing out first. Who's this guy? Love.
Hey, love is new. Dude, I can still hear myself. Yeah.
Hey
So
man,
real quick,
I've been listening to you guys, for a couple of years now, so I'm very familiar with you guys.
thank you. And he's new.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
He's new to Miss Finn, so we appreciate it. Thank you, Ray Love. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Go ahead, Shake Money.
I just want to say, has anybody ever told you sound like Dave Chappelle? But anyway, that's not the point I want to make.
I tell you that. I say if I was a stand-up comedian, I'd be a good one.
but that's not the point I want to make. All right. Here's the point I want to make. O.J. Simpson is not guilty in a court of law, but he's guilty in the public court of opinion. What really matters? The court, what happens in the court of law. He's free. He could do whatever he wants to do. And I think what Love is trying to say is that Tua has pressure in the public eye, but in the building, McDaniels and Grier aren't giving him that pressure that everybody else is. So he's not feeling that pressure. Pressure only comes from the person that's giving pressure. And I think that Tua is going to be more relaxed because the coaches and everybody around him are going to let him be relaxed. So that's why I don't think he has that much pressure. Thank you.
But
Thank you, Shake Money.
Shake, you know who is also
he's
relaxed?
my interpreter. He is my official interpreter.
But just to give you guys some pushback. You know who was real relaxed? Right? Before he got traded? Goff. He took his team to the Super Bowl. He was real relaxed. He was real comfy. Yeah, they shipped him out real quick during the offseason.
Man,
it took one trip to Mexico. That's all it took. One trip to Mexico.
Yeah, but no. It was 2 seasons after he made that Super Bowl that they traded him because him and the coach were going at it, and they were going to get rid of the coach.
So, brother, you don't think that if he's struggling and if McDaniel says, "Hey, you know what? I have a vision on how this should work," and he's not living up to that vision, McDaniel's not going to sit there and say, "All right, let me get somebody that could actually live up to my vision."
I agree with you, but as of now, he's not saying that right now. He's not saying that right now. Maybe next year, if he's not living up to it, then he'll be under that pressure. But as of now, he's given a clean slate, and he's not going to be given pressure as of this moment. Maybe from, like I said, just from the fans and from the media, Tua has that pressure. But in that building, he has no pressure.
I think he has support, but the pressure should be intrinsic. It should be internal.
Well, he said he didn't have pressure. I mean, he said that in his presser, which is what we talked about earlier,
Man, Tua
he
says a lot of
actually
things.
mentioned that the pressure's there because it's gonna be mostly what do you call it? It's gonna be mostly internal. Everybody feels pressure, but at the end of the day, it's just normal pressure. He's just gonna do what he needs to do. That's literally what he said. Now, Flipside said something here real interesting. Oh, he has pressure, just in a different way. He has the pressure to perform, not only to save his jobs, but the talent that's around him that's going to want the ball. So I agree. He's definitely gonna have that pressure of Tyreek wanting to go ahead and have that the ball to him and plays to him so he can make it happen. Now, this
Exactly.
year, Captain Swole TV, real quick, guys. Captain Swole TV.
Now that's a
First
name.
time I haven't seen you, so welcome to Miss Vince, sir. This reminds me of the ESPN show Around the Horn. I like the control Miss Vince have. Everyone gets to talk without interruption. Oh, thank you so much.
Which
Did
is true.
Sorry.
But Miss
Appreciate it,
Vince,
Captain. You're welcome. Go
Miss
ahead. Go
Vince,
ahead.
this is the perfect example to it. Like if I give you a Honda Civic to drive, right? A
Hmm.
1996 Honda Civic, you know, don't even have hubcaps, right? And tell you to go down
Yeah.
the street, give it a spin, and come back, right? You probably have no pressure doing that. That's real easy to do, a little four cylinder. But if I give you my little Bugatti Veyron to go drive around the street, fully loaded, is there a little pressure to make sure that it gets back home in one
A
piece?
little pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. I'm barely gonna go 12 miles an hour.
Man,
exactly.
don't
So
let
that's
me
what it is. So
So
last year,
I get it.
Tua's team was a little Honda Civic. Now we giving them this Bugatti. Listen, make sure this Bugatti come back in one piece now. Don't have this Bugatti. Don't have this Bugatti taking lumps and bumps all over the place.
It's gonna be rough, I'll tell you that. That's for sure. But look, everybody say hi to Ryan. Ryan, welcome to the building. Appreciate it. Fins
What's
up.
up, Ryan?
Guys, real quick, just to reset, welcome guys again to Miss Fins. We're having a phenomenal panel with Love on Joe, Mountie Fins, Cat for Life, Shake Money. We also had Nutty Fly as well. So thank you guys for coming again. This is Miss Fins. This is our show. It's my show, but you know what I mean. It's our show. And I do want to say a special thank you to Emax because he donated 25 bucks today. And guys, you see the fancy background. I know you see it with the misfits everywhere.
hey,
And we actually have multiple people here. So very happy and grateful for the donations. You do not have to donate. So this is not me asking for donations, but I appreciate
quick
it
question,
regardless.
quick question, quick
Go
question.
ahead.
How do we get the panel to 10 people? How much chavo do we
Oh,
have to
yeah,
donate?
it's open for 10 people. That's what I'm saying. I had 7 people up here, so now we're able to do it. And actually, let me drop the link real quick one more time, guys. Now that we can go to 10, let me go ahead and drop the link one more time. Anybody that wants to join, definitely go ahead and do so. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to join. You don't have to donate, but I appreciate it. And you see it on the little banner. It's Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Feel free. I really do appreciate it. And guys, I'm only 12 away from 250 subscribers. So hit the like button, subscribe, and share it because guys, we need to continue to get this up to 1,000. So first mini goal, let's get to 250, and then now we're gonna get to 500 after that. So Finsanity, everybody loves you, and thank you so much for a great show. I appreciate it. But back to where we were.
I am
As
still
far as
waiting for
two.
Finsanity to show her face or hear her
I know
voice on the
Finsanity,
panel.
hop on here. Take 2 minutes. Come
I miss
up.
I,
you. I
I'm
miss you,
still
mama.
waiting for Finsanity. It's been a while since I heard Finsanity.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little news. Finsanity will be joining me in a show. I still have to schedule it with her, but she's already agreed to come up. We're gonna be doing a show and an interview together at Miss Finn's. We'll let you guys know when. It's just right now our schedule is a little bit crazy, but she has already agreed. So keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be, a special guest, Insanity. So definitely keep an eye out. But if you want to come here for a couple minutes, girl, definitely come. Anybody else too, guys? We can get up to 10 people now. So we got 5. Let's bring another 5 in here. Continue this great conversation. But back to the Dolphins. You see my Dolphins? You see that little Tua riding the dolphin, guys? The pressure's there, whether he wants to pretend like it's not. But I do think it's because he's Hawaiian. or Samoan or whatever, Pacific Islander. They're just all like mahalo and super cool dudes. Like they just, I feel like nothing faces them. So that's probably why he seems so chill. Like it's crazy how chill Tua seems, and that's probably why it may not seem to us that the pressure's there. But I do think that it's there because at the end of the day, guess what? Um, this is his team, and it's his team to move forward or to give to someone else. That's the only two outcomes. Either he takes his team and makes it his own, or someone else is going to take this team to the Super Bowl and make it happen, just like Matthew Stafford did. Because this is, guys, are we a running back away, real quick, panel? Are we a running back away?
No,
We a
we're a
wide
middle
receiver
linebacker away.
away. We're a
I say we're a
linebacker,
middle linebacker away.
middle linebacker away. So you're telling me one position? I would say no. I wouldn't say just middle linebacker. I would say that in right tackle because we have Tua. But as far as this, guys,
The reason why I give pushback on the right tackle, the O
this
line,
is
is
it.
because
Oh wait, sorry, Monjo. Special guest, Finsanity girl. How you
no way,
doing?
no way.
Hello? Hello? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear you.
can.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Oh, we're alive and kicking.
Fantastic, fantastic.
We're,
Man, we here for insanity.
we miss you, girl.
You're going to miss me a lot more after this.
Hey, you already agreed to my show, so you're coming on,
Yes.
but we gotta
Yes.
schedule it. We'll schedule that later. But
Yes, yes.
welcome. How you doing,
I'm great. How's everybody else doing today? I'm
guys,
good.
I'm doing
gentlemen?
fantastic. No, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic.
That's awesome. Listen, we're happy. What do you think, real quick, since I have you here, about the press conference? Did you get to catch those?
Catch what? Which press conference?
Grier and Tua.
Absolutely not.
Jeez, then watch the beginning of this show because we kind of will go over it, girl.
Well,
Because
no, I heard it, but like I haven't had time to like process
dissect
it. I
it.
feel like it's all PR right now. Say the right things. But to me, at this point, like I'm not worrying about what people are saying. I'm gonna, be more concerned once we get into training camp and we see how the playing goes and what happens, and the roster's like completely filled out, and we'll go into what is that called, a preseason a little bit. Then we have our first 4 games. But to me, you can say all the right things. You can have the right feel and the right vibe and put it out there to the fan base. But I mean, it's pretty much same thing, different years. So I'm not gonna um I'm not gonna get too caught up in what they're saying. To me, at the end of the day, I like what Grier has done as a GM. I like the moves that he's made to try to make things more secure on the offensive side. I like that we've kept our defense pretty much intact. We're bringing those guys back. So we'll see if the offense can finally catch up with what the defense has been doing. And as far as Tua pressure, whatever, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be what it's going to be. We'll see what Mike does. I can say Tua has pressure, but I mean, if they're going to, make them just hand the ball off, I mean, how much pressure is that? Like
That's
if
true.
they're not going to put the game in his hand and say, go out there and win us these games or whatever, like how much pressure is that? So once we get a feel of what the game plan is going to be, what the offense is going to look like, then we can talk about pressure. Tua could be saying, oh, there's not pressure, because he understands, like, I'm not going to be in a position where like I'm going to have to make too many decisions. Now, this is just, all hypothetical and stuff. But like I said, they can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, until we as fans see what they put out on the field, it's all going to be like, oh, everything's great, everything's grand. Yeah, okay. Talk to me about Tennessee. How have you improved since Tennessee? Those are the questions I want to hear. But they're literally giving like underhand pitch questions.
Softballs.
And it's easy to hit those out the park. It's easy to hit home runs on those. When you're looking at a 102 fastball question, like where there's some real pressure, some real heat. But people ain't gonna risk their press passes. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not I'm not eating the Captain Crunch. I'm not eating the cinnamon toast crunch and all that. Like, nah.
Nah. And you know what? I get it because at the end of the day, we have to see, and that's why I say I'm cautiously optimistic. Obviously, I'm excited. We got new pieces, but at the end of the day, I'm cautiously optimistic because we don't know what is going to happen. You know what I mean? We don't know what it's going to look like at the end of the day until we see it on the field.
I mean,
So to me, I'm happy.
that's their
Cautiously
job. They've
optimistic.
done their job. They've made you excited. That's the job. Get the fan base excited. Get them wanting to come and see what's going to happen. But you know, we've we've consistently been excited, right? We've always been excited. We've always, what's the name? To me, it's like, what are we going to do to truly, you know, get that train, moving? And until, they show something, I'm just, quietly enjoying the off season. I'm, working on a couple of things. And at the end of the day, to me, press conference or not, like it is what it is. Like, I don't expect them to come out and, truly say what they really feel. It's all PR. And I think we as fans should just be like, okay, it is PR. It is to get you excited. It is to get, you ready for, training camp and coming out and seeing what the team, is going to do. So until I see Tua, actually throw. 'Cause, I mean, everybody was excited about the Tyreek Hill thing, and I'm like, really? Like, this is what we're doing? An open pass, I've seen Tua make
Wait a
that
minute,
pass a
Fifth
million
Sanity.
times.
This is so much
You
fun.
not excited
We're gonna
about
be
Reed?
so much fun in our show because
No.
we're
I
gonna
don't
get
watch.
ready.
Listen, I don't watch. To be honest, I don't watch anyone. Like, where I'm at, I barely get like service and stuff. So I'm surprised the Wi-Fi is working right now. That's why I asked, like, can you guys hear me? So like, sometimes like if it pops up on my phone, like I'll go somewhere where I can get Wi-Fi and then like I'll watch the show. That's why I don't try to get on, because like I don't want to be like the choppy one or the one who's breaking up. But like I really like don't watch too many people's shows. I normally go back and watch them, but like I don't take shots at nobody. I feel like every, YouTuber, every person who's out here putting in the work and doing it is truly phenomenal. And like I don't want nobody thinking I'm throwing shade to anyone, because at the end of the day, like I love everything that everyone does for this team, because I love this team, and it takes time, dedication, hard work, and perseverance. Like I don't even put in half, not even a tenth of what most people do, and I still get praise, and I don't get that. You feel me? I'm like, you got people giving up time, sacrificing, just a lot more than what I sacrifice. I come up, give an opinion, and that's it. And then I keep it moving, I keep it pushing. Like y'all haven't heard from me in months. Like y'all hear for them every day. Like give them, like honestly, give those people their flowers. Like if y'all never hear from Finsanity 5 again, y'all in good hands. Y'all are in great hands. Like, so like I'm just I'm nothing compared to it. Like I'm just here to have fun and have conversation with other, Dolphin fans. But like, yeah, I want to see something different. That's all I'm saying. Like I've seen like that throw to Tyreek. I've seen him make it to tight ends plenty of times last year. That's routine for him. You feel me? Like show me something off the books. But like I said,
So what would that be? A 50-yarder?
Stop. 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 Tua can
You
throw the
know
ball.
I'm asking. You
Nah,
know I'm asking.
Listen, Tua can throw the ball 50 yards. Tua can throw the ball. Tua can sling it. Like I'm not gonna say anything bad about another player ever again. Um but like I said, I'll try to be politically correct on it. I'm trying to just give him a clean slate, new coach, new system. Maybe they'll put him in better situations. We'll see what happens. He's, 3 years removed from his injury, so I'm trying to give him a clean slate, and we'll see what happens after we'll see where we at in January. Because like that's all that mattered to me. Like like all this other stuff, draft, OTAs, mini camps, training camp, to me that's all fluff. That's all pop. Like Like to me, it don't matter. Once it's real competition out there come September and you really got to go out there and win games, that's when it really matter. All this other stuff is about staying healthy and getting to the season. And everything else, those videos, those edits, is to make us excited. Like show me the bad pass. When have you ever seen a bad pass in a hype video? Like, come on, man. Like let's be real. Like, come on, let's like
show me the 45 passes before you show me the 3 good ones.
Insanity. You not excited about Reek? You not excited about that?
Excited about who?
Tyreek. You not excited
Hill?
about him?
What
Yeah.
am I be excited for? Excited for what?
For real?
Excited for what? What has he done for the Dolphins yet?
I hear you. To me, Tyreek is the most dangerous man in the NFL, the most feared guy in the NFL because
one of them.
I say when he didn't play for the Dolphins, it's like when we played Kansas City, I'm like, oh my God, we got to play against Tyreek. Man, we got to get a hand on this guy. This guy, if we don't get a hand on him, if he run open free, he's going to kill us. I mean, those are the kind of thoughts that I had. And I know that other defenses and other teams and other fan bases feel the same way. And so for us to have a weapon like, he's a nuclear weapon.
Is
and
he
for
on the
us
field
to have
yet?
something like that, that got me really excited.
Is he on the field yet?
I mean, he's not on the field yet, but shoot, we on the thing.
I mean,
you got to be excited about that.
Hey, just put it out there. I was excited for Will Fuller. Like, what am I excited for? Like,
now I don't know why you was excited about Will Fuller.
I was excited because I thought that meant someone else was coming, but we ain't gonna go down that whole road. Like at the end of the day, like I said, as far as this team goes, they've done what they're supposed to do. Get people excited, get people, pumped for the season. At the end of the day, let me see it on the field. Like all this, nonsense of, to me, it's just it's like I said, it's all PR. It's all, it's to make it look good. It's so until they show me, the uncut, director's cut version of something, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is where we progress from here. Like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not getting excited about no 5-yard pass to Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, but those 5-yard passes go 70 yards, though, man. They go 70 yards.
Listen, it can. I mean, you seen the one to Waddle last year where he just kind of took off in the middle of the field. But at the end of the day, like I said, why am I gonna get excited about an open pass to Tyreek Hill? Everybody can do that.
I just want to.
You can do that.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see Tyreek put on a Dolphin uniform and go streaking down the field 70, 80 yards on a 5-yard slant by Tua Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
I want to say something real quick.
Well, real quick, Shake Money. I know you've been trying to get in real quick. Go ahead. What do you want to ask Fitzgerald real quick?
Well, first things first. Let me say, I think from my perspective, why people give you your flowers is because you made a big impact in the little time that you have been on. Same thing with when I saw Donald from San Antonio. I know him from TD Finstock, but I like his takes and I like his personality. EM Dolphin fan. Dub, I can't think of his name. And Mr. Ballgame. Dwayne, Dwayne, and Mr. Ballgame. Those I include you in those guys because you guys have great takes, and again, you made a big impression for the time that we did get to see you. So, and the thing I just want to bring about Tyreek Hill is 2 years ago, Tom Brady was struggling in the beginning because of timing issue. I think that in the first 8 weeks, don't expect too much from Tyreek Hill because he's going to go with his 3 comfort people, which is Lynn Bowden, Mike Gesicki, and of course Waddle. I think eventually when him and Tyreek Hill get a little chemistry together, that's when you're going to start seeing it. But be patient because it's not going to happen right off the bat. I'm done.
You know what? You want me to respond to that?
Go ahead.
I think they will use Tyreek well in this game. They will make Tyreek a threat and a force to be reckoned with. That's why you
Exactly.
bring in an offensive
Exactly.
coach that can that knows how to use offensive weapons. But like I said, we'll see. I'm not going to get like super excited until I see them on the field.
Yeah, but timing and chemistry is schemes and everything is one thing, but actually having chemistry and timing is another thing.
But see, that's why they're working on them 5-yard passes right now. Because you won't have to worry too much. Let me stop, Shake. Let me not throw shade. Let me not throw shade. Let me not do too much.
I'm not trying to throw shade at Tua and T Hill. I'm just saying it's gonna happen, but let's be realistic and let it happen. Let it happen organically instead of trying to rush this chemistry to happen. Try to force the chemistry between the two. Let it happen organically, like it's supposed to.
You don't need too much. I mean, listen, they no lie, like you could literally put Tyreek like where Smythe or one of them was coming out. You know how we did the little pick underneath.
Yep.
They don't take no skill. That's what they working on right now. I'm not even telling you. Like that's probably what they working on. Like I'm not even going to like lie to you. But nah, I mean, I think they will allow Tua to adjust and get more comfortable and eventually what's the name. But I mean, I'm more excited about the schedule than I am about anything else. Like I didn't put a reminder on my phone, like so I can see who we playing, when we playing, and all that.
They're releasing it, by the way. They're part of it. They're gonna be releasing it um at the draft. I believe that very first day, which is actually, guys, my birthday. The very first Thursday, they're gonna release that game on the draft. I have the schedule for the rest of the release of the schedule. I can't believe releasing the schedule is a thing now. They're really trying to milk every aspect of this NFL. It is ridiculous. But yes, they're making a thing about releasing the schedule. It's ridiculous. But they are, and they're going to be announcing that's the Thursday night game, which will be on my birthday. So excited. During the draft. So I'm expecting to see that and see who actually plays. Can you imagine if we're the ones that play? I doubt it, but
play
you
what?
never know. That Thursday night.
Absolutely not.
I know we won't. It'll probably be like KC and
We don't even have the Rams this year.
I don't
Opening
know.
night is normally the Super Bowl champion playing somebody. We don't play
Yeah,
the Rams. We
listen,
play
it
the North.
happens. Oh, look at this. Breaking news. Dolphins have re-signed Malcolm Perry to teach Tua the ins and outs of the Navy. Make his elite plan. Okay, really? Aha, you funny. You got me, man. Stop using breaking news like that. You really got me. But did we actually bring back Malcolm Perry, though?
Probably
Or
not.
you just messing with me? I totally fell for that one. Mm-mm-mm. But listen, at the end of the day, definitely it's pressure whether he wants to make it seem like it is or it isn't. It's a different type of pressure, but like Finsanity, I want to see how this comes together week one. And look, Vondo says, I think you and Finsanity should do a show on when the schedule release on way to early predictions and win. Hey, that's a good suggestion, Vondo. I like that. What do you think, Finsanity?
Y'all don't want to hear my prediction.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna definitely dive into that. We got our own show. I just gotta get in touch with you. We're gonna do it,
I
but
mean,
it's
way
gonna
too
be
early
fun.
predictions on winning
You
and
know what?
losses.
Give me now. What do you think? We haven't seen anything, so I
Uh-huh.
want to hear from the panel, everybody. What is a record prediction? A insanely way too early record prediction for the Miami Dolphins. Let me start with you, Fincenti. Obviously, ladies first.
I think we got the North teams, right? So we got Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincy, and Steelers. I'll say 1-3 somewhere in there.
One and
Then who?
three.
Told y'all don't want to hear what I got to say about this team. Then we got the NFC North. We got the Vikings, Packers, Bears, and Lions. We'll go 2-2. We'll go 2-2. Take that how y'all want it. And then as far as in the division, we'll beat the Jets twice again. We might split with the Pats this year. I don't know. We'll probably sweep them. We're not beating the Bills because for some odd reason we don't know how to finish games, even when our defense, can keep a team from scoring for 3 quarters. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Man, listen, I'll give you this. Dolphins picking in the top 10 next year in the draft. And that's why we ain't trading them picks.
In your opinion, we're going 3-17.
Wow, you didn't say that, did you? For real?
I know you messing with me.
Top 10.
I know you messing with me.
Y'all wanna hear, sweet lullabies of, oh yeah, we're gonna go, 12-5 or 11-6. Okay. How has that worked out for us? We got a new offense to figure out. Our defense has, been good, but I mean, it's always kept us right out of the playoffs because our offense wasn't named. We still got to figure that out. And I'm not going to say that we're going to go in here and beat, offenses that have already established, or defense that are already established. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not just going to say my team is just going to, be super better. Like, it could be toss-up games. They're going to be close and all that. But to say that, oh yeah, we're definitely going to beat this team. The only team that I really think we're definitely going to beat are like the Lions, the Jets, and that's it.
Hey, listen, look, I
and
got the
Bears.
this is what I got. I pulled it up. So at home, we obviously have the Bills, we have the Jets, we have Pitt, we have Minnesota, Cleveland,
we'll be Houston.
And Packers, and Houston.
So we'll be.
And then away next year, we're gonna have obviously the Bills, the Baltimore, the Chargers, the Jets, the Lions, the Patriots, San Francisco, Bengals, and then Chicago. So you're telling me, and guys, we're gonna go into depth to this another later day. But right now, you're saying we're only beating the Lions and Houston.
Lions, Houston, the Bears.
What about
We'll beat the Jets twice.
So that's 4 or 5. That's 4.
I said 5-6 wins.
Okay, wait a minute. Because I like those last 8 teams, I counted like 7 wins.
Who you counting?
I said, hold on. No. Wait a minute. Miss Fins, do the last 8 again.
So that will be the away.
Was it home or away?
Away. So you got the Bills, Baltimore, Chargers,
That's a loss.
Jets.
Okay, let's do one at a time.
Pats,
Bills, that's a loss.
Okay.
That's one loss.
Ravens.
That's a toss-up. Because we had their number when we played. We had their number when we played them last time. We got something for them, right? They couldn't do anything against our defense, so we got their number. So that's a toss-up for me. Who else?
We beat them
the
one
Ravens
time.
was also hurt too.
Right, we beat them one time in how many occurrences, and that's a toss-up.
The Ravens was injured.
Did you not forget they were still in that game? Like, they were making a push at the end of the game. Like, let's not act like we just winning. Our defense played their behind off, but our offense was barely doing anything. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was a different offense though, Finn. That was a different offense. All right, so go ahead. So that's a toss-up. Give me another one.
Well, the next one is going to be the Chargers.
I like us against the Chargers. Who else?
Jets and Lions are the next 2.
I say Jets and the Lions. Yeah, we got them. I say for me,
so that's 2 losses and 3 wins.
I say that definitely a guaranteed 3 wins. Yeah, and then the 2 toss-ups, I think could go either way. I don't think we beaten Buffalo because I don't think we did anything to address our defense. They just their offense is tailor-made to overpower our defense. Our defense can't do nothing with that. Until we make some changes on defense and add something else, we coming back with the same players. We need something. We need a thumper or something physical on that defense that could deal with that offense, because that offense has just been doing whatever they want to our defense. So I don't see anything happening with that. But as far as the Chargers, I think that's a toss-up. I know they added some good players for sure, but I think we can beat those guys. We definitely could beat the Jets. Our team is designed to beat. Yeah, I said our team is designed to beat the Patriots. That's who we're designed to beat. We're not designed to beat the Bills. We're designed to beat the Patriots. So I figure we got them. And what about the other games? So for me, based on based on who we got, I could see us winning 10 or 11 games. I could see it. I mean, but we can see, but we got to see, like Finsanity said, we got to see how it play out. We have to actually see the product on the field. But I'm not going to say we're going 6 wins. I think that's an insult. And
so have you seen the AFC this year? If we don't win 12 games, we on the outside looking in.
Oh, absolutely. That's not even a
If
question.
we don't win at least 12 games, we don't make the playoffs.
I mean,
if we don't win at least 12 games, that's the 12 games this year is a wild card.
I think we're gonna beat up on each other, man. We got a bunch of great teams. We got a bunch of great teams in the AFC. I think we all gonna beat up on each other, and I definitely think 10-7 could get you in the playoffs. But
what?
For me,
no way.
Yeah.
We gotta.
I think 10-7, 11-6. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to predict the Dolphins' record, right? We went 9-8. Tua missed like how many games last year? 4. He missed 4 games last year.
Yeah.
And we went 9-8. We could have easily won 2 more games if he had played, because the other dude was trash. So we could have went 11-6.
Okay, so no, but hold on.
If he had played the whole season, we could have went 11-6.
I know, but when you
So
go
I
off
don't
that concept,
see the reason why we can't go 11-6, and that's what all the crap that he had to go through. That's what receivers that couldn't get open. That's with a trash offensive line. That's with a bunch of running backs that are 3rd and 4th stringers. That's with all the drama going on in the building. We went 9-8 with all that. I mean, our team was in complete disarray and turmoil, and we won 9 games. So now everything, so the vibe is a lot better this year. So we should do better.
The vibe is a lot better all over the place for the AFC. The AFC, you say that as if
I'm not
the AFC
worried.
just
I'm
stayed
worried
packed,
about the Miami
no other
Dolphins,
team.
man. I'm worried about the Dolphins, I'm worried about the Dolphins.
I know, but
I love the jersey
we don't play ourselves. We play other teams. I mean, this is not spring games. Like, we just play Miami Dolphins versus Miami.
Listen, they got better, and we got better too. It's not like we didn't get better by Jeezy. We got better too, right?
So exactly, but that's why 10-7 is not going to get you in. 10-7 is going to be. I'm going to be sitting right next to Tua. We're going to be on a golf course somewhere. That's exactly what's going to happen.
12 games. 12 games
to make the playoffs.
12 games. Dude, have you seen the AFC this year?
Is it me?
Dude, 12 games.
Yeah, but everybody in the AFC got to play each other. Everybody in the AFC got to play each other.
Man,
so what are you saying?
Well, and see, the thing is,
listen,
everything is going to be predicated on how well Tua picks up his offense too. See, if he's struggling with this
plan. Listen, you got to remember. You have to remember what Miss Spence said earlier. We're going to be running the same concepts that he ran in Alabama. So he's going to know the offense. It's just the terminology that he got to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
hey,
I'm from the show. He got to show me
about the thesaurus. I need him to pick up a thesaurus.
You got to show me
whatever he needs to do.
Let's just hope that those Buffalo, the Detroit playing the Dome, right? Detroit playing the Dome. The Buffalo game, the Chicago game, and all them is early because we don't know what we.
Y'all forgot we're playing the Packers and we're also playing the Browns.
That's at home though.
Those
that
are
doesn't matter.
I don't even think we should start. Those are losses.
Those are Miami.
Wait a minute. It depends. Well, it depends on if my man Deshaun is playing or not. If we get Deshaun early,
you haven't heard anything about Deshaun.
But if we play the Browns early, I said he hasn't played in like over a year, so he got to build chemistry and do all that kind of stuff like that too. So we have an opportunity.
And that's what you have the offseason
when we
for,
play
right?
the Browns to get a W.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, you go ahead and keep thinking that.
I don't know because this is the thing. This is the thing.
You
Even
keep thinking
if
that. I say
Sunshine
10
and
and 7 is
rainbows,
the
baby.
most.
Sunshine and rainbows.
you really think that,
Hey,
no,
you could
man,
take a you could take a pill for that too. There's a few
nah,
pills that can give you sunshines and rainbows.
just to mess with us, the NFL would make sure that whatever game Deshaun comes back in, it's gonna be against the Dolphins, just to
That might be a
rub it
Thursday
in their
night game.
face.
That might be
That
the
might
Thursday
even
night
be a
game
This,
for real.
prime time game.
That might be our Thursday
bro,
night
I'm
game. I was
telling
thinking
you.
about that
I'm
for
telling
real.
you, Deshaun is not
But
getting suspended. The NFL did an
no,
investigation. They didn't find nothing. That
They
man is gonna
didn't.
and these new cases that could get pushed out to a whole nother year. That
Yeah,
man
because
is
they're
Jolene,
playing all
civil.
17.
Jolene, Jolene,
Yep. What's up?
keep. I want you to keep selling this hope because it's so beautiful. But at the end of the day, we don't nobody know
Dang,
our team better than us.
dang,
No,
And
nobody
Chrissy,
unicorns,
know our
baby
team
girl.
better than
dang.
us.
Unicorns and rainbows and
Yeah,
Come
and bunny
on,
you know,
rabbits.
you
man.
know
Come
what?
on.
I see a lot of unicorns and rainbows all the way up until what December and January, and the
I
unicorns
love
and rainbows
unicorns.
started looking like I don't
I
know,
love unicorns.
I don't know what.
But
Hey
hold on,
man.
but hold
Hey,
on.
listen.
Fitzanity pointed out how good our marketing team is.
Go
Huh?
ahead, Vanjo.
So I'm just saying
He
that
said that
marketing team is
Fitzanity.
A1 in
Yeah.
Miami. Yeah, like that. You
Or what is what?
our marketing team is A1. Our marketing team.
Absolutely.
They
Got
A1
people out
now.
here thinking we getting 11 and 12 wins this year. That's crazy.
They could slander in a heartbeat and they could sit there and make you look good in a heartbeat too.
Listen, I'm predicting 13 and a half wins, okay?
We got a tie.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Fans. That's what's up.
Man, we'll be lucky
13
if we
wins.
get if we
No,
we'll be lucky if we get to 7. Like for real. If we get to 7,
no,
that's
I
a
t-
win.
pause.
If we get to
listen,
7, that's a win.
Real quick, because it's gonna be tough. Let's not lie, guys. It's gonna be tough. We have a tough schedule. I don't care what anybody tells me, but we do have new pieces. The problem is we don't know what they're gonna look like. I think by week 5, week 6, we'll know what the team is about. To be honest with you, but realistically speaking, our path to the
We
Super
got a
Bowl,
nuclear.
our path to the Super Bowl is our division. We take care of Buffalo. We win the division. We're in. That's our path. Go ahead, Shake Money, since I know you've been trying to get on, and I keep
Yeah.
hearing myself.
All right. Check this out. My life as a Dolphin fan is can't wait. Can't wait for the off season. Can't wait for the draft. Can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the season to end. Hopefully, it all changes, and we go 11 and 6, baby.
Man, it's rough out here. I'll tell you that. To be a Dolphins fan is rough. You know you have to be a real fan. Now think about it, this guys. Before Baker came here, you have to be
hold
a
on, with all that
real
can't
NFL
wait.
fan.
Baker.
No,
Hold on,
let
with
me
all that
say.
can't wait. He,
Oh,
he,
go
he could
ahead,
be a
Mojo.
Jets fan. He could be a Jets fan. That could have been Bart's. Can't wait. Can't wait.
That is true. But no, what I was gonna say is like us and the Browns before they got Baker. I guess, well, not Deshaun, I guess. Us and the Browns, we were real NFL fans because we know what it is to struggle and not have any success for a very long time. And now they got Deshaun. You know, he's a bum because he didn't come here. So at the end of the day, Tua's my quarterback, QB1. That's all that matters. But we have to see. That game's going to be very interesting. I'll tell you this, though. That's going to be one of our highest viewed game this season. For sure. Like, not even a question. That's going to be one of our highest viewed game because everybody wants to know what if. And they're going to compare Tua to Deshaun. It's human nature. And you can't compare him, guys. It's not even fair to Tua to compare him to somebody that has been in the league for as long as Deshaun has and played in such an elite level for so many years. So it's unfair to him. But guess what? This is his time. This is Tua time. He better write. This is my imaginary Tua riding this dolphin all the way out to the Super Bowl. Yes, Banjo, that's Tua right there. And he better ride this
Pause.
puppy all the way to the
Pause.
Super Bowl.
Miss
Okay,
Fens.
that's all I'm saying.
Miss Fens. I
Go
gotta
ahead.
go. I gotta go. It was fun, guys. Good luck to y'all during this off season. It's gonna be real beautiful for y'all. Y'all enjoy all the press conferences and stuff, all the breakdowns, all the analysis.
Finsanity, it was
So
a pleasure hearing your voice and your take. Absolute pleasure hearing
Absolutely.
from you, Miss Finsanity.
Yeah, 6-11, 6-11. I'm going to remember that. Make sure you come back and say when we go 11-6. All right? Can you
you
do
know what?
that?
Can I tell you something? Real talk.
Real
Talk
talk.
when Vegas put that line out and it's not even nowhere near double digits, come talk to me. One, two. I said we'd be lucky to get to 7. All I'm saying is that we probably gonna be looking at a nice top 10 pick next year. I mean, what else is new? What
Nah,
else is
nah,
new?
nah, you
We
going
put,
by
we
history.
put,
You going
we
by
put
history. I hear you.
it's not even history. Like I really look at the schedule and be like, okay, how many offenses are we better than? We don't even know what our offense look like. Like real talk. Like we legitimately like I think Tua is going to be phenomenal. I think Tua is going to be good. But sometimes just having that experience and that chemistry that the other teams have, it's going to be like bang, like
Man, we
they're going to function better than us, and it's not our fault. Like we're going into a whole new system, whole new offense. We got to get these pieces together. We got to figure this thing out. Like, and my thing is like this: the only thing that was our real saving grace last year was that zero blitz. Like, is Mike going to have the balls to be like, okay, we're going to zero blitz? Like, we looked horrible in the beginning of the year because we weren't zero blitzing. We bring that bad boy out against the Ravens, and it's like, oh, the Dolphins can actually make a run. Yeah, they can until they run into Tennessee.
Yo, yo,
Like
yo.
when we prove that we can beat, like
A
when we prove
depleted
that we can
Raven
actually
squad,
beat
by
a
the way.
real
A
team,
depleted Raven squad.
when we can show that we can really beat a real team or top team like at their best or whatever, then yeah, sure, we can talk about our team being good. But like real talk, like we ain't beat nobody during that 7 game winning streak. I'll say it again. We ain't beat nobody during that 7 game winning streak. Worth like saying, "Oh my gosh," like yeah. And then like two, when you look at the offenses, we can say we have a top defense, but go match up the offenses. Go look at them. On paper, we've always like looks like we can talk ourselves into saying, "Oh, our offense is this. Our offense can be that." They got to go out there and do it. And until they show me it, I'm not vouching for these always losing one game, can't get into the playoffs because they fumble the ball, like they fumble heavy. Like everybody, it's crazy. It's always Dolphins control their own destiny. Think about it. The Dolphins, every team control their own destiny, but like no one more has been able, like, if you just win, you got it, kid. Nobody touch you. You just win. You go out there and do what you gotta do. And what the Dolphins gonna do? Show enough. Show enough. The Dolphins gonna,
Hey,
Dolphins
hey,
gonna show
Ben,
you.
Ben.
The
Hey,
Dolphins
we
gonna
got
show you that
different
they can
Finsanity, you
players.
giving me Finsanity, you
We
giving me
got different
PTSD
players,
right
and we
now.
got a different coaching staff. Man, it's
we've
different. It's
had
different.
we've had different
I'm
coaching staffs
experiencing
like every
PTSD
4
right
years.
now.
That ain't changed. It ain't changed.
That's right. That's right. And I
It
got hope. And I got hope. I'm gonna keep hope alive, insanity. I'm gonna keep hope alive. You can sit up there and you can allow yourself and be like, well, I'm gonna enjoy my off season. I'm gonna enjoy talking about my Dolphins. I'm gonna go ahead and be excited about my boys. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna let you sit up there and spoil my happy moments. I'm
I
gonna
said
be
it during the
happy.
whole love. The
I'm
last
gonna
time a
be
coaching
happy.
change worked for the Dolphins was in the 70s. You think about it. You think about it. Think about it. Just the 70s. That's the last time a coaching change really panned out for us. It's like really, like, come on, my God. Y'all have a great night. Love you all. Thank
Insanity, I
All
love
y'all.
you,
right. Good
girl.
night,
Y'all
insanity.
be
I'm
Good
gonna
night.
love you too. We'll set it up, but thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate you,
Man, we got a
guys.
nuclear weapon. We got a nuclear
Oh,
weapon. We got a
guys,
nuclear weapon
literally,
in
I'm
Tyree.
crying. You have no idea how much pain I'm in right now because I had surgery this morning for the dentist, and me laughing is just so painful. So, guys, that was so sweet. I was laughing so hard, like, oh God. But listen, keep up alive. So I all I gotta say because at this point, it is what it is. We have the team that we have, and we're gonna have to go ahead and make sure that Tua does what he needs to do. And at the end of the day, it's all on him, nobody else. Literally, it's all on Tua. Tua, can you perform? Like your what do you call it? Like your little what is it called? his little trainer, right? His trainer, that's his name, perform or whatever. He's got to do it. Tua has to perform.
Perform as
So
his trainer.
yeah, performance exactly. So he's got to perform and he's got to make it happen because at the end of the day, guys, it's all about the Dolphins. But I will say this: I can appreciate that now. I feel like it's more on a focus on the whole team versus a focus on one player. Obviously, the QB will
Exactly.
always be the most
Exactly.
important position. That we all know this. You know what I mean? You agree, right, Shake Money? Like, and we've had this conversation before. It's more on the whole team versus just one player, right?
I agree with you. And
I agree.
as far as Tua, he does need to perform. Hopefully, he doesn't get any nicks or hiccups.
That's the thing. He needs to protect his body because I don't want to hear him being out for 2, 3 games because he's out for 2, 3 games, guys. He may not come back, and I don't mean not because he can't physically, because Teddy might take this team and go on a runner. And if you're going 3, 4, 5, 6 game in a row like he did last year with Denver, you think that they're gonna stop? They're gonna bench Teddy to bring Tua back if Tua's out for multiple games because of an injury? I think that seals it. Two things will seal the deal for Tua not being here as a Dolphin. One, an injury that causes him to be out for multiple games, and I mean like 3, 4, 5 games again, because it's happened every year. And two, him really not taking advantage of these weapons. Those two things will be his downfall, 100%, in my opinion. People's my opinion, okay.
Yeah,
But that's how I
but
feel.
now I agree
No,
with you, but I didn't.
no,
But
that's
to
facts.
me,
Who could say you cannot argue that
I,
Teddy can't run this offense?
yeah, I mean Teddy is Teddy.
Oh,
But what
okay.
I'm going to say is, I said, but what I'm going to say is this: is that there's nothing in Tua's play for the past couple of years that tells me that he would not be able to take advantage of this opportunity. There's nothing in this play because I've seen this guy play with straight garbage. I've seen him play with a broken hip. I've seen him play. I've seen him play with an offensive line that couldn't block. I mean, I've seen this guy play with
Yeah.
fractured ribs, broken finger, and this guy went 13-8. Right? This guy, according to
Seen him play with bad ball placement. Seen him play with missing
yeah,
receivers
yeah, y'all talk
That's
about
true
ball
too, though.
placement, but
and missing receivers.
but you know what though? You know what? I remember something that the Hall of Famer Michael Irvin said. Right? He had said like, if you touch the ball, you got to catch it, and then if the quarterback put the ball in the place in a difficult place and you didn't catch it, you as a receiver got to own that situation. They never. If you want to be a great receiver, you have to own that situation. You got to own that ball. You got to
And that was a
body up.
receiver that said that, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was the receiver that
Okay.
said that.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I've heard quarterbacks say,
That's
and
why
I've
he's
heard
a Hall of
quarterbacks
Famer.
say,
And you got to
and I
have a Hall of Famer. And you got to have a
and,
Hall of Fame mentality in order to be a decent player. If that ball
and
come in
so
your
that means,
area, if
so
that
you
ball
mean
come
like
in your
Brady?
area, you got to go get that ball. You got
So
to
you
go get
mean,
it.
hold on. So you saying that like when Brady said that I have to put the ball where my receivers can make plays? Because Brady said that, and I'm pretty sure we all could agree that Brady is great, right?
I
And
said,
Brady
no, I
plays the
mean,
same,
Brady is the GOAT. Brady is
and
the
he plays
GOAT.
the same position as Tua does, right?
Now
Because last time,
I've seen Brady
okay,
throw the ball short. I've seen Brady overthrow people. I've seen Brady do a lot
mm-hmm,
of stuff, and I also seen Brady
mm-hmm.
win games and win Super Bowls too. You know
But you
what I
know the
mean?
difference? You know the difference is consistency. That is key.
You're right. I'm not disagreeing with that. I can't disagree with that. You're
Exactly.
right.
That's the difference.
Consistency.
Consistency. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody
That's
makes
true.
mistakes, but consistency.
I will give
But
him
the
this
thing,
though.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
real
hey,
quick, real
ball.
quick.
I
Tua.
will concur.
Oh, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Monty. Go ahead, Monty. No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I will concur. Ball placement is paramount because first of all, if you look at his first season, he almost got Gesicki killed against the Cincinnati game. Okay,
Facts.
so ball placement is secondly mostly important for the play continuation. Secondly, you don't want to get your receiver killed because he's reaching out of position to where he can't protect himself. You have to protect your pass catchers. You can't
And just
hang
so
them
you
out to
know,
dry.
Brady said the same thing. You
Like
have
you
to
got
protect your plays.
DBs that are looking to drop the hammer, and a perfectly good hit, but you laid your receiver out to dry. So accuracy and timing
And
is
that's what
important.
and that's how receivers be getting alligator arms. When you keep setting them up, to get hit and take bad hits, that's when they see they going across the middle, they see the ball out there, they're like, nope. And they get alligator arms. And they're like, no, I gotta protect myself in my future because you trying to get me killed. And you ain't gonna pay my bills.
And that's the thing. Like now, Shea Money, I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Okay, check this out. A lot of people also leave out when they talk about Tom Brady. A lot of his best receivers, I'm talking about receivers that caught passes for him in the clutch, and he had a great chemistry with. 1 month during the off season, they get a cabin somewhere out in the woods, and they throw to each other for like a week or two, nonstop. So, again, that takes chemistry, and that's what I've been trying to say with it's gonna happen with Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? So I think that it's Tua needs time to get chemistry with these guys. Unfortunately, he only has one receiver that he has chemistry with, game time chemistry, and that's Waddle. Lynn Bowden Jr. wasn't there last year. People keep saying Lynn Bowden Jr., but he wasn't there last year.
But he was the year before, though. He was good the year before, and he had pretty good chemistry.
Shake, how you gonna get chemistry on a golf course? Huh?
There's an
How
echo.
you gonna get chemistry on a golf course? How? I want to know.
No, wait a minute. Didn't Tua throw Lynn Bowden the ball 2 years ago?
Yes, he did in his rookie year.
And they had pretty good chemistry, right?
They did.
Okay, didn't he have some decent chemistry with with the number 18? What's his name?
Preston Williams.
Preston Williams. Didn't he have chemistry with him before he got hurt?
Yep. This is the
Okay,
problem,
games,
though.
yes. So we got
I
two
say
games.
so my thing is this, right? My thing is this is that they're working together right now in the off season. Chemistry is paramount. I totally agree with that. I cannot argue against that. Chemistry amongst the wide receivers are going to be paramount. But there's been nothing in Tua's play, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of what I've seen, that would lead me to believe that he would not be able to take advantage of this opportunity. There's nothing that tells me that, because he's won with wide receivers that could not get open. According to PFF, our receivers had the worst separation in the league, and he still completed 68% of his passes. That is frigging amazing. And y'all won't give a brother no credit for that. And that I don't understand.
It's not about giving him credit. It's just understanding the fact that it's more than one thing. So when it comes to Tua, it it how do I put this? Okay. It's more than one thing that you have to deal with. Obviously, every quarterback has something to do, and they have to get better at things. But when it comes to Tua himself, the fact that he was drafted a fifth overall, that comes with a lot of responsibilities. He was super hyped, like Finsanity said and Von Joe said, that our marketing team hyped they hyped him like to Mount Everest. That Tua hype train was real. It's still real. The problem is because they hyped him, and then everything that happened subsequently, that is where a lot of
We started the hype train. We're the ones that started the hype train. It was us. It wasn't them. We was the tank for Tua. And then when we got Tua, now we're like, he sucks. And to me, I don't think it's fair to the young man. I don't think it's fair to him. Before we loved the guy, we wanted the guy, we get the guy, now we hate him. That don't make sense to me.
Well, we didn't really.
I just want to say real quick. Hold on, Don Joe.
Go ahead.
Lynn Bowden Jr. only had 28 receptions for 212 yards, so that's not really a big sample size.
Between him and
Hello? What happened? Who was that?
I don't know. He just kind of
I
cut
don't
off.
know.
But
Yeah, I
I'm
think he
gonna
cut off
say,
too.
one, we wanted Burrow, and Cincinnati didn't want to play ball with us, and they want to give us Burrow. They didn't want our picks, so that happened.
Look.
Then we wanted Brady, but Flo didn't want to get on the yacht, so that happened. We wanted Watson. But
I still don't know what
he
the
had
heck happened with that
allegations.
one.
He
Oh,
had allegations that we didn't want to mess
I
around with.
mean, yes,
So that
but come
happened.
on.
So let's stop acting like Tua was our saving grace and everybody wanted Tua. And no, we try to move off him a couple times.
Listen,
So
Cincinnati said how we start something they paid the coach to do. Tank. Okay, it's allegedly Finsanity allegedly paid the coach or tried to pay the coach. That's the
they tried
issue.
to pay the coach. He didn't do it. He didn't take the bait.
Because he rose above all of that. Man,
He
get
didn't
down
take the
on
bait.
WWE and do what you need to do and make us get the Super Bowl. Like,
He
guys.
didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
No, listen, at the end of the day, we have stuff to get excited about. Obviously, we have some good pieces, but guess what? I still will always say I haven't seen anything on the field yet. So I can feel happy on paper, but until I see it all come together, like, no, we have to just wait and see. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic. And I'm with Aha. Look, he finally said something I super, super, super agree. Just win, Tua. Just win. But wait, all the Tua-neers, all the Tua-non, they're all going to say, but all he does is win. He's 13-8. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, 13-8. That's how many games? 22 games? 20, what is it, 21 games, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
21. It's 21.
21
21
games
games. Yeah.
out of how many games he should have had if he would have actually played the entire time? Because,
Hmm.
he did get injured for, I don't know, like 10 plus games.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
you
and I
can
ain't trying
win
to
all
hear.
you
Listen,
want, but
and all that hip injury. Listen, he came into the NFL and says I was just fine to play. So once you say that, it's game. Game's on.
Not really. I
If
mean,
you
of
wasn't
course
ready
the
to
man
play,
gonna say that
if you
because
wasn't
he's
ready to
trying to
play,
get
you
paid.
should have sat off an
Listen,
extra year.
now
I'm
he
gonna
got
ask you a
paid
question, right? I'm gonna ask you
35
a
million
question, Von
fully
Jeezy.
guaranteed.
Von Jeezy, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? You lift weights and all that. And if you had a torn rotator or torn rotator cuff, so that means you can't bench the 375 you normally bench every day. So my question, I say, but if you had a chance to go pro at doing something, and they be like, well, Dan, what's up? Can you still bench
I'm gonna lie.
375? What you gonna tell
I'm
them?
gonna lie. I'm gonna lie.
All right then.
Hey, set my family up. Set my family up. Set my family up.
I
have a question for Love.
So of course the man gonna say he's straight because he want to go in
Exactly,
the
but
top
guess
five.
what? If I'm not straight, I play like trash. I gotta own that.
He
Point
didn't
blank
play
and
like
simple.
trash. Y'all
Yes,
saying he played
did.
like trash. He did not
No,
play like
everybody.
trash.
No, everybody keep giving excuses. Oh well, he wasn't fully
What
healed.
excuse? He went 13-8. What excuse do you want? That's not an excuse.
Love, I got a question for you.
He
Go,
went 13-8.
wait, love,
And he
give me.
played with trash. And
No,
he played with a broke hip. And he played with
No.
an offensive line that could not
Listen,
block. And he played
Love,
with
21
hold
games.
on. I have a question.
that could not coach.
Hold up, guys. Hold up, because I want to make sure that we can get this in. I want to say this because I need to say it. First of all, the defense went 13-8. Let's be real, okay? Because when you're scoring 10 points a game, your offense is not really doing much. That's the first thing. Second thing, let Shake Money get in because I know he's been trying to. Go ahead, Shake Money. What you wanted to say?
I have this question for Love. Love, let me ask you a question. What do you think of Jimmy G?
Jimmy Garoppolo, game manager.
Okay, how can you say that when all he does is win? He goes to who's that? Kyle Shanahan has a better record with Jimmy G than he has more wins with Jimmy G than he does without him.
No, I like Jimmy G. I think he's a game manager. I like game managers. I think that's an important skill for a quarterback to have is to be able to manage a game. And the greatest game manager of all time is Tom Brady. He can win the game and he can manage it.
But listen,
when you give him all the pieces, let's keep it 100. Just keep it
Wait a minute. He won Super Bowls with Deion Branch as his number one receiver. Come on, man.
Let's
That's
yeah.
trash.
And what
You
was
gotta
wait
give it
wait
up.
and what did the defense do that year? What did the defense do that year?
I
Shut
mean,
down
the
everybody.
defense was fired. No doubt
Okay,
about it. The
okay,
defense was
okay then.
fired for
Okay,
sure,
okay.
for sure.
And the
But what
only
I'm
reason they
saying
could have a great
is,
defense,
but
and
what
the
I'm
only reason
saying
they had
is,
a great
all you had
defense,
to, okay,
the only reason he
okay.
had a great defense is because he took pay cuts to keep talent around him. That's what I'm saying. Because he know he was
Mm-hmm.
getting in a shootout was not going to work.
Listen, guys,
Mm-hmm.
real quick, I want to reset before we continue here because we're having such a great conversation. But I do have to get going in a little bit, but I still want to keep going for a little bit because this is awesome. And Mike, Contanya, I saw you. Welcome to Miss Fins. I really do appreciate it. I know that you, at least this is the first time I see you. This is Miss Fins, guys. Thank you so much for being with Miss Fins. This is so much fun here. We have great panels. Yes, we talked about early in the stream about the conference. Now we're just talking overall about the team and obviously Tua. But I do want to say this, guys. We started out with 235 or 37 subscribers, I think. And now we're at 241. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. We're only 9 away from 250. So let's get to 250, guys. Share, like, you see the little comment there. Hit the like button, share, share, share. It's youtube.com/Miss Finch. You can find me on all social media, so you can go ahead and see it. But share, like, subscribe. Let's get to 250, guys, before Sunday, because it's a lot of work, people. And it's all about the Dolphins. So let's get Miss Finch up to 250. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that's shown up. And I'm loving the conversation. So let's go ahead and continue. But I'm gonna ask because I wanna reset. I wanna focus on one other thing real quick before we go, because I think this is very important about the team and something that we haven't spoke enough of. And I want to talk about coaching. And what do I mean by that? Right now, at least at the beginning of free agency, obviously when we started getting the coaching, everybody was like, "Oh, super high! Oh, we got." I mean, I broke the news on Miss Fins actually when we got Pat Surtain, so that was pretty awesome. Um, guys, what do we think about coaching? And do we believe coaching can actually take this team to the next level? And I want to actually start with Shake Money first. What do you think about the coaching, the changes we've made, and can we sustain what we had as a basis of last year, especially with defense, and improve? Go ahead.
Thank you. I think with coaching really doesn't matter. You can't outcoach talent. One of the things, being that Bonjo is a wine drinker, one of the things in wine terms, a winemaker from Bordeaux, France, is not going to go to Kentucky and make the same kind of wine that he did in Bordeaux, France. You either got the talent or you don't. You can't like this. You can't turn a lemon into an orange. So you either have the talent or you don't. They could make the talent go in the right direction, but if they don't have talent, there's nothing to do with. But being that we have the same players on defense that we did last year, so the chemistry is there, and being that we improve the players on offense, and I think everybody's a little bit more collaborative. I think we're on the right path.
Okay. I like that. Thank you, Shake. I appreciate it. So let me go to Mountie real quick. Then I'm gonna go to Love and then Von Joe. Mountie, same question. What do you think of the coaching? Were we able to go ahead and at least have? Do you think this coaching is gonna take the team to the next level? And then overall, what's your overall um take on
Um,
on the coaching?
the jury is still somewhat out on Mike McDaniels. He appears to be a great guy. Whether he's a leader of men, that still has yet to be seen. However, he did make some very crude choices as far as his coaching staff. I'm very, very pleased that he got Darrell Bevel, which is a very seasoned offensive coordinator, and I think he's been a head coach before, right? Or offensive coordinator, because he
I
coached
think offensive coordinator.
Russell Wilson Yeah, he coached Russell Wilson in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, in that Super Bowl year. So he's a seasoned guy. I think our coaching staff is much more seasoned, especially from last year. Um, you can be seen. Just because you're a likable guy doesn't mean you're a leader of men. Okay, coaching and facilitating is totally different. So can you teach fundamentals? Can you teach concepts? Not just go out there and bark orders. Can you show them how to run this route or block this way or do this or do that? And still keep continuity amongst your other coaching staff. But overall, I mean, again, the jury still is out. We still have to see how Tua can assimilate into this offense as well as everybody else. Everybody's talking about Tua. Well, everybody else has to learn this offense as well. It's a new blocking scheme. The running backs are going to be involved in the blocking. So, it's look, I'm being optimistic. We're going to win. We're going to find a way to win.
Okay. Thank you for
Hey, let
that,
me get 30
Mountie.
more seconds. Let me get 30 more seconds real quick.
Go ahead, Shay.
I just thought of this point, and I've been dying to bring this up. People say that last year's offensive coaching was incompetent, right? Okay. Now, the one of the games that people love to bring about Tua was the Arizona game. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Chan Gailey had COVID that day. So the guy who was calling the plays and working with Tua was, guess what? Guess who was working with him? George Gotzi was working with him. So he had his best game in Arizona with George Gotzi. Now all of a sudden, because the offense was sputtering, now he's all of a sudden incompetent. I don't get that, but continue.
That's a great point. Real quick before you go, Love.
Well,
That's a great point.
but performance. It's any given Sunday. I mean, you could have a great day. He could be a good coach, but you could be having a bad day. Timing's off. This, that, and the third. So it's any given Sunday. So you could win. You could go on a tear and win 3 straight and then lose 2. So it's hard to put a finger on that. But I do know that George Gotzi is nowhere near. George Gotzi is nowhere near experienced as Chan Gailey. George Gotzi, he's got 5 years. A coordinator. Where Chan Gailey's coached from high school to pro. He's been in the league 30 years.
Yes, he has been. Yes, he's been in the league for 30 years. But Kyle Shanahan, would you say he's a little bit more? He's a little better than Chan Gailey, and he's been coaching a lot less.
Well, I mean, Kyle Shanahan, he comes from a different coaching tree. You got to remember, Mike Shanahan, which is his father, was coached under George Seifert and all those guys out in San Francisco. So they're from that tree. So they've been mentored by the best minds in football.
Hey, look.
So that's something to be said about that.
So is George Gotzi. If you look up George Gotzi's history, he's been coached by a lot of great coaches too, including Bill Belichick and Weiss and Bill O'Brien. So he's had some good coaches under his belt. I mean, under him as well.
And then see, the thing is,
guys, real quick,
that coaching tree under
Christmas.
Wait, what? Did that just get announced?
Yeah, they're playing 3 Christmas games.
Where'd you see that? Twitter?
No, it just dropped on Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report? Wow, 3 games. So they're just trying to take over every game. My gosh, that's insane.
And we know Christmas is usually basketball
it's
thing.
Basketball. I've never remembered having a football Christmas day. I mean, I celebrate Hanukkah, but still, I have friends that celebrate Christmas, and I've never remembered that. I've always been basketball game, that Christmas classic,
Mm-hmm.
So that's insane. Q, how you doing? Welcome, sir. Appreciate you coming through. Definitely.
Miss Fitz, can I give
Well,
my take on that
yeah, I'm gonna let you go
real
next.
quick?
I'm gonna let you go next. Go ahead.
Yeah, because my phone about to die. But when it comes to the coaching, I must say the stable of coaches that we put together, I'm optimistic because of their pedigree, right? But this
Okay.
is where I have, and the fact that not one player, but there's a few players that advocate on McDaniel behalf. So that makes me more optimistic that he is a player's coach. But here's the thing: when you're offensive coordinator or you're assistant coach, everything is always sunshine and rainbows, whether you win or lose, because it's not on you. It's on the head coach to right
Mm-hmm.
the ship. I don't know what he's going to be like, how it's going to be when he has to right the ship if we go on a losing streak or if we lose a few games. If we lose a 1-2, okay, and the media, you're no longer a media darling and they start asking you those tough questions, right? Right now, he's a
Yeah.
media darling. It's real easy to answer these questions and be witty and yeah, everything looks good. But when you're losing, yeah, it's a whole different animal. That media is not as easy. I'm not throwing you lollipop questions anymore. They on your neck and how you deal with it. So that's what I'm waiting to see.
So you think it's gonna get to that point then?
Yeah, at some point, yeah, well, at some point, depending on how the schedule lines up for us, we could go on a losing streak. That's just a given
Oh,
because we have some
God.
tough opponents. We could lose one and get and lose two in a row. It's possible that we could lose two in a row, and he has to face that media like, hey, how you got to turn things around? What's going on? The performance, the running game wasn't there. What's going on? You're supposed to be a running guru. You're supposed to be this offensive guru. What's going on with the offense? Oh, wait, you did say the defense took a step back. Is this the step back you were thinking that the defense was going to give you? Because how are you going to make it up? These are tough questions that, depending on what it looks like, you have to answer. You have to be accountable for. Now, when you're the head coach, they're looking at you to right the ship. When you're an assistant coach and you're just calling offensive plays, the head coach could have a conversation with you in the back room and nobody else has to see that or hear it. So it's different. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I
So
totally get it. And I agree with
but
you. It's the pressure is on. I feel like a lot, and that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people haven't talked. The pressure's on these coaches too, not just on um what do you call it, on Tua. The pressure's on these coaches because they're being hyped too. As yeah, you can take this O line and make them top five. I mean, that's pretty much what people have been saying. They can coach anybody up, they can coach up this O line. They can coach up this entire team. So I'm expecting it, and I feel like I'm getting like deja vu with the same thing with Tua. The hype was so real that we have to understand they're human. They're gonna have their faults. They're gonna have their bumps. But are we gonna massacre them when they don't? At least initially, because it definitely can get there so quickly. So
oh,
that's
it's
why I
definitely a
was doing
massacre
it.
coming. If this ship is not righted and it stumbles out of the blocks, oh, the media is about to have a field day, and that's local media and national media is about to have a field day, and the pressure is on.
Oh,
But
Hey,
absolutely.
hey, hey, listen,
Miss Vince,
and
I
I'm gonna
gotta
tell you
go.
that.
Hold on, I gotta
Oh,
go.
wait, Monty, because he has to go. Von Joe, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. You always supporting the show, guys. This man is real. You'll see him every morning, everywhere. Man, it's nothing but love and respect. Thank you so much for
Listen, I'm
joining.
nothing but a mere mortal listen, I'm a mere mortal that loves my Dolphins. And you guys in the community, I always say this, guys, support the community, like, subscribe. She doesn't ask for donations, but I still say still donate to help build the platform because again, national media doesn't give us any love. So it's up to these people that's putting in their time, their effort, and taking the extra mile to give us Dolphin news and give us Dolphin content. So
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Miss Fins, love you. Always gonna
Yes.
support. You guys take care. Fins up.
Appreciate it. Fizz up.
All right, Bunjeezy.
So,
No,
okay, I think we had go Mounty and then Love because I
no,
want
no,
to hear Love's take on it. Yeah.
really quick, really quick. I on paper, um, conceptually, and on paper, it's no way Tua does not ball out this year with the talent that he has around
Agreed.
it. It's absolutely no way because
If he fails this year, it's solely on him. It's way too much talent around him for not to not do well. To not do well. I mean, first of all, you're going to change just how the just how the offense is constructed. You're going to change the way teams have to play defense.
Ooh,
First of all,
100%.
you're never going to see 8 men in the box. Really, you're never going to see. I dare you. That's like a I dare you play. You get 8 in the box. Let's see. We'll see you in the end zone. Like it's no way. It's no way. It's no way. So fins up. I've got the utmost confidence in our squad this year. I think we've done it. I think we've done it right. We're pointed in the right direction.
I like that. I
I'm
like
out.
that. Well, I appreciate it, Monty. So let me get Love's take. Love, I know you've been waiting patiently. I appreciate it. But same question to you as far as the coaching, because I feel like this is so important for us to talk about. What do you think of the coaching so far, and can they take this team to the next level, in your opinion?
Well, like I said earlier, I think the pressure. I think there's more pressure on the coaching staff than I think that's on Tua. Because the previous coaching staff, even with everything that was going on, uh, they still were able to. Tua still was able to win games, being under an immense amount of pressure, with a bunch of distractions. So now, with the situation that he currently have, which is very favorable to him, I think he's going to ball out, just like everybody's been saying, and just like Shake Money said, as far as the coaching staff. We got Daryl Bevel, which is a quarterback guru. We got Frank Smith, great offensive line coach. We have the coach as the offensive coordinator. We have the offensive line. We have the number one or the best offensive line coach in college football. He's now coaching our offensive line. Defensive coaches are basically intact, with the addition of Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain in the secondary. So for me, I see us doing very well next year. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm one of those Dolphins that think we're gonna always win 10 games, right? So that's just me, really, to be honest with you. But I think this year, I think my hope and my belief is realistic, based on the moves that were made. Now, as far as the coach being the leader of men, and I think that's a great point that my man made. But you also got to remember that he has leaders as coaches as well. The coaches that he have are leaders of men as well. You see what I'm saying? And then he has leaders in the locker room. So there's leaders everywhere. And there's not any one particular style there's no any one particular style. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So he may not be
True.
fire and brimstone. He may be kind of chill and relax as far as his conversations. But you know what? One of the one of the main characteristics of a leader is being able to is having the ability to communicate his message and to get people to believe. And that's the one thing that I'm hearing in the locker room is that he's great at communication. He's great at one-on-one communication, and there is a belief in the building. So with all that said, I think that this coaching staff is the right coaching staff to take the team to the next level, and then to help Tua take it to the next level. So that's my belief.
That's awesome, guys. And look, and with that, I feel like right now, let's see here. I just want to add real quick. No coach signs a 1 year deal to die. It's do or die. Tua is the only do or die. I get it, but that is true. Mike said that if he stumbles too much, here comes Teddy, and I agree 100%. But as far as the coaching and my take, and I've said this before, I feel like it's in a complete team. Last year, a lot of people forget we were young, but not just in the players. We were young in coaching too, And maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we were trying to build from the bottom up, and maybe we
That's
needed
true.
those
That's
veterans.
true.
You know what I mean? But the coaches were young too. This entire team was young, literally young, from the players to the coaching staff. Now we've brought in some veterans, which I've always said, well, you need that balance. You know what I mean? It can't tip over to all one side, like all vets and they're old and they keep up with the youngsters, or all youngsters and then they don't know what to do because they don't have any know what to deal with or how to overcome situations. But as far as this team, I feel right now, overall, one thing that does excite me is the fact that it's a more well-rounded team. We're not here stuck with just, oh, it's all about one player. It's the well-rounded team, well-rounded coaching, well-rounded team. And that's one thing that excites me. How you doing, Fins Up 74? Appreciate you coming through. Guys, hit the like button again. It's Miss Fins. We're having so much fun, man. Just so you guys know, we've been on for 3 hours and 40 minutes. So it's been a long day, but I do have to go pretty soon. So I want to get you guys this final say real quick before I go. And anybody that's just coming in now, guys, we had a phenomenal stream. So go ahead and rewind. We talked about today the pressers because it was very important to read between the lines of what Grier and Tua were saying. So you see that earlier. And we also have Insanity here. We had Shake Money, Von Joe, Mounty, Love, Nutty Fins. I mean, it's been awesome. So right now, final take. I just want to hear way too early record prediction one. And two, give me one thing you're excited to see next year. One thing you're excited to see. And that could be one player. So score record prediction and one player. Let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna start this time with Mountie Fence.
Um, Look, first of all, I think we'll win. Uh, let's say 13 games. Okay, maybe, but
Yeah.
maybe high for some, maybe low for some. I say 13 games, mainly because of the talent that we have at our disposal and the eases that it's going to be to get the ball to them. Again, our coaching staff is A1. I think, Mike McDaniel seems like a guy that is willing to entrust his staff with responsibility, and that's a big part of leadership, as being able to delegate responsibility
Amen.
and have trust in,
Yep.
and trust in your coaching staff to do their job. Hence the reason that's why you hired them. That's something that we were missing last year, from what I heard a lot. That was a lot of micromanagement, and you cannot do that. And I don't even like that. You hired them to do a job, let them do their job. You reward. It's like this. You reward production, not potential. So, but again, I'm over the top. I think we're gonna make the playoffs. I really do. I think our future is bright. Um, Chris Grier has basically did his thing this offseason. So anybody that has bashed Chris Grier, to include myself, we owe him an apology, because, as far as I'm concerned, he gave us the tools that we need to be successful, and he's not done yet. And it's up to now. The rest is up to on to Tua and the coaching staff, is to put it to best use to produce W. So, hey, fins up. Love
Well,
y'all.
Monty, thank you so much for coming again. I always love you showing up and always support Miss Finn. So thank you so much, and you have a great night. Okay, take care. Bye
Hey,
bye.
peace out, y'all.
See ya.
All right, Monty.
Okie dokie. Shake Money. Go ahead and, sir, tell me again.
Again,
You're way
you're
too
way too
early.
early.
Record
Record
prediction
prediction. I
and
say about 11,
what
12,
you're
11
looking
and
for.
12 wins, and I'm looking forward to. And a lot of people, and I know I'm going to make the comparison. Lynn Bowden Jr. I'm looking forward to see what he has to bring to the table. He was a former quarterback. He's a running back. I think that he has a lot of potential, and unfortunately, Debo Samuels is his Watson, because you know what I mean. Everybody doesn't want to give Lynn Bowden a chance, but they want to. Everybody wants to jump on to Debo Samuels, which I don't blame them, because I wanted Watson, but now that he's gone, I'm all to it. But yeah, that's the one person I'm looking forward to see is Lynn Bowden Jr. I like to see what type of lineup McDaniel is going to put him in, what role he going to have, if any. But I think he's going to be someone that I'm looking forward to see. And thank you again for everything. And till next time.
Of course, Jake Money. Thank you so much. And love, I left you for last because you were it's the first time I saw you in, and then you came up here, so I really appreciate it. But the same thing to you. What is your extremely way too early record prediction? And then also, what is the one thing or player that you're actually looking forward to next year?
Oh man, I'm gonna keep it short. My record prediction, let's go with 11-6.
Okay.
As far as my player that I'm looking forward to seeing the most, man, you already know Tyreek Hill. That is a nuclear weapon. I am so glad that we got this guy on our team. It is like for me, it's unbelievable. I mean, I've been happy about other players. I was happy about the Damakasu.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie.
But this guy here having Tyreek Hill, having a player of his caliber, um, someone that could do the things that he could do on the field, someone that can impact the game plan like he can, as far as the defensive game plan. Man, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what McDaniel does with Tyreek, with Waddle, and with Gesicki. I'm ready.
Thank you, because guess what? Gesicki will be playing this year. I don't care what anybody says. I truly believe he's gonna use him because whenever you have a top five player in any position, you want to see what you got. You know what I mean? So to me, I know a lot of people are saying that they're probably gonna get rid of him, but I still think. And if you don't know already, if you haven't seen my show or seen me on other channels, I am a super Gesicki fan. I'm gonna say Gesicki near because the only jersey I've ever bought is actually his. I have it in my room. So yeah, because 88, 8 is my favorite number. And I've never seen a player wearing that actually being good. And now I have two. I've got Javon Holland, which I'm gonna get his jersey, and now I got Gesicki. So I was like, I love it. Plus, he's super cute too. But regardless, I super love Gasicki, and he's actually a really great player to me. And I just think that he was underutilized this year. McDaniel, especially with the way that he is in that offense, is that's who I'm excited for, to see, because I think the Gasicki's gonna blow up, and a lot of people are gonna see. They're not gonna know because we have Waddle and we have the running backs and Hill, but Gesicki's gonna eat in that middle, and defenses are not gonna be able to stop him because he's huge. His catch radius is insane, and this man is making plays. He's a playmaker, and you can't teach playmaking. You know what I mean? You can't
Hmm.
teach speed either. So having a playmaker, top five in his position, yeah, I'm with it. That's what I'm expecting. And as far as record, minimum 11-6, minimum. That's what I expect, minimum, up to
Agreed.
13. And I say
Agreed.
that because last year, I don't know if a lot of people noticed, the AFC killed themselves back and forth. That's why nobody really took over the AFC. Now we have at least 10 elite quarter, not elite, but like really, really good to great to elite quarterbacks in the AFC. They're going to beat each other up. So that's why I say for us, the path is not that hard. We win the division we're in, obviously. But the only real team that we have to go through is gonna be Buffalo, because these other teams are gonna beat each other up. They also have to see themselves twice a year, in their own division. So I'm telling you, the path is here. But again, love, thank you so much for coming and supporting. I appreciate it.
Nah,
Having
thank
you
you.
here.
Thank you
And
so
I'm gonna
much.
continue to do more live streams. I'm also gonna be doing more morning shows as well. A lot of people like it from 8 a.m. to 9. So definitely take a look at, if you wake up early, you're going to work. Take a look at those because those are fun too. But again, love, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining today.
Nah,
Have a
thank
great
you.
night.
Thank you. Bye
Mhm.
bye.
And guys, there you have it again. This is Miss Fins. I really appreciate it. Mike, thank you for the great show. That was fun, Miss Fins. Have a great evening. Thank you, sir. You too. Everybody else that showed up. I mean, we had such a great lineup today. We were able to go ahead and talk about the pressures, which was very important to me to read between those lines. But what Grier was talking about and what Tua was talking about, because it's very important. They said a lot of things without saying a lot of things. Let's be honest, they did. So it was so much fun. We definitely got to talk about that. That's early in the stream, and then we just chatted up. We had so many great people. Finsanity guys made a special appearance. Her and I are actually gonna be doing a show once we get our schedule set. We're gonna be doing a show. Obviously, I'll let you guys know. Von Joe was here. As you saw, Shake Money, Love, Nutty Finn, so many other individuals. Mountie Finn was also here. So happy everybody that actually came. It's been so much fun today. And for anybody celebrating Passover, like I say, enjoy it. Because now I have to do it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining again, Miss Fins. And just to recap, I'm just refreshing real quick. Like I said, we were like 232 or 235 in subscribers. We're at 242 people. We're only 8 away from 250. Let's get to 250 so we can get to 300 to 400, 500, because 500 is the next step. Because we got to get to 1,000 before the season start, guys. And you saw, and again, I'm going to go back to Emax, thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, you do not have to donate, but he donated through Cash App. As you can see, we were able to go ahead and make it fancy today. I was so happy. I mean, guys, it's so much fun. And we were able to change. You see the logo now? Where is it? See the logo now? See? So it's your donation, Emax, definitely made a huge difference. So I appreciate it, sir, because you see my background. More things to come. But thank you guys so much again. This is Miss Fins. I appreciate you guys taking the time to speak with me. It's been 3 hours and 50 minutes we've been on today. Guys, we love the Dolphins. You love the Dolphins? I love the Dolphins. And then guess what? Like and subscribe, share this content, share Miss Finn, because at the end of the day, it's all about the Dolphins, baby. It's all about the Dolphins, baby. That's all you're going to get. That's it. You got Brittany earlier, and then that's what you get. But guys, you see the link. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share this video. So easy. YouTube.com/Misfits. Thank you so much for having me again. This is Miss Fins, guys. It's our channel. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep having fun. And again, thank you so much. And you guys have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye bye.